My child, hush the noise now. Quiet the voices that demand your attention but never feed your soul. Come away from the crowd, away from the endless scroll and the shallow noise that numbs your spirit. I am not calling you through thunder tonight. I am not coming with fanfare or flashes of lightning. I am arriving in the stillness, in the sacred hush between your thoughts, in the soft breath that escapes you when you finally surrender. Can you feel it? I am here. You have longed for a loud answer, but I do not always thunder. I whisper. I move like wind through trees, unseen, yet undeniable. I speak through quiet moments, through songs that strike your heart, through sudden peace that settles on your chest like dew upon the grass. Tonight, I choose the silence. Tonight, my whisper will thunder louder than the world's chaos. If you will lean in, if you will still your racing heart, you will hear me, and what you hear will change you. Still your soul, my beloved. Set down your distractions. Let go of the weight of proving yourself, the pressure to perform, the need to be everywhere at once. I am not in the busyness. I am not in the performance. I am in the pause. I am in the breath. I am in the sacred stillness that holds eternity in a single moment. Be still and know, I am God. Be still, and you will see that I am nearer than your own thoughts, stronger than your fears, and tender beyond your imagination. Prepare your heart, for I am painting on the canvas of your silence. My sign will not be hidden, though it may come in a form you did not expect. It will rise like a candle in the night, subtle, quiet, but impossible to ignore once seen. You will recognize it not by the volume, but by the peace that floods your soul when it appears. You will know it is me because my presence brings rest, not striving. Peace, not panic. Clarity, not confusion. Let go of the fear that I have overlooked you. I see you. I have watched every silent tear you cried in rooms where no one else noticed. I was there, even when it seemed like I wasn't. I heard every question that you dared not speak aloud, every God, are you really there? Whispered into your pillow at night. I tell you now, yes, I am here. And yes, I am sending a sign tonight. Listen closely. Do not rush past this holy moment. Pause. Breathe in my presence. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are my precious child. I delight in revealing myself to you, not with force, but with affection. So receive this invitation. Come away with me. Withdraw from the noise. Wrap yourself in the quiet and wait. Just wait, for I will speak, and when I do, you will never forget the sound of my voice. My sign will not just prove my existence, it will confirm my love. I don't give signs to impress you, I give them to pursue you. This is not about spectacle, it is about intimacy. I am not performing for you, I am drawing you near. Will you come? Will you silence the world long enough to hear heaven? Tonight, I will break through the static. I will speak in a way that pierces past your doubt. I will not shout to compete with the world. I will whisper to invite you deeper. And if you truly listen, my voice will echo in your soul for eternity. Close your eyes, my child. Listen for me. I am coming to you, not in thunder, but in the sacred silence where only lovers of my presence dwell. Watch it. Wait. Be still. Your sign is on the way. You whispered to me in the hidden place. I remember it. You thought no one heard you cry, but I did. I was there, listening not just to your words but to the ache behind them. I heard the tremble in your voice when you said, God, just give me a sign, just one. And my child, tonight, I am answering. Not with noise, not with thunder, but with something far deeper. My presence wrapped in a divine sign, prepared just for you. You didn't imagine that I had gone silent. I was gathering what you couldn't see, lining what you couldn't understand, preparing what your heart wasn't ready to carry. I do not delay to punish. I delay to perfect. I move not in reaction to your fear, but in alignment with my eternal love. You thought I was distant, but I was closer than breath, hovering over the chaos, brooding like the Spirit at the beginning of creation, ready to speak light into your darkness. Tonight, my sign will come, but it may not look the way you imagined. I do not cater to your expectation. I respond to your need. I send not the sign that flatters your emotions, but the one that awakens your soul. Watch carefully. What seems small may be sacred. What feels ordinary may carry eternal weight. At moment you're tempted to dismiss. That might be me. I have spoken through burning bushes, quiet breezes, dreams in the night, and even the stranger at your door. I have used stars, ravens, and broken vessels, and I will use what I must to reach your heart. You call it coincidence. I call it providence. You say it's chance. I say it's divine orchestration. I have been weaving this moment long before you thought to pray. I answer not always the way you hope, but always with purpose. You want the flash, the unmistakable proof, but I give you something more precious, confirmation that comes with peace, direction that stirs your spirit, a word that anchors your soul. So prepare yourself. Be watchful. Invite my Spirit to awaken your discernment. You have asked for a sign, and I will give it, not to impress you, but to transform you. Do not demand the spectacular and miss the supernatural. Tonight you will feel the weight of my answer. It will not just be seen, it will be sensed. It will wrap around you like a cloak. It will flood your heart with clarity, and your spirit will know, this is from the Lord. I have heard your prayer, and I will not leave you waiting forever. Let this truth settle deep within you. My timing is perfect, my answers are deliberate, and my love is unwavering. I am not slow. I am precise. I do not forget. I remember. I remember what you've endured. I remember what you sacrificed. I remember what you asked me in the dark. And tonight, light breaks in. So now, open your heart wide. Posture your spirit to receive. Stay awake in the quiet places. Pay attention to the gentle disruptions. Welcome the unexpected. Ask me to confirm it, and I will. For I do not tease my children. I do not mock your desperation. I move with compassion. I act with mercy. And tonight, I send the sign, not just to answer your cry, but to draw you deeper into trust, deeper into communion, deeper into the mystery of my love. Watch for it, my child. It is on the way. You've tried to believe, I know. You fought to hold on to hope even as shadows crept across your thoughts. You've looked around at others who seem sure, steady, unshaken, while inside, your soul whispered, what if I'm wrong? What if I missed it? What if God isn't coming? My child, hear me now. I see the war in your heart, and I do not withdraw from you because of your doubt. I draw near. I am not intimidated by your questions. I do not flinch when you falter. I do not reject you when you tremble. I step into the ring with you. I enter your wrestling match, and I hold you even as you try to make sense of the unseen. You believe, and yet you question. You hope, and yet you fear. You wait, and yet you wonder. But even there, I remain, faithful, steadfast, unmoved. Your doubt does not cancel my devotion. I know how long you've waited. I know how many times you've looked for the sign and felt disappointed. I know the tears you never let fall in public. I know the moments when you almost gave up but kept whispering my name anyway. That, my beloved, is faith. Not the absence of fear, but the refusal to walk away. And I honor that faith. I cherish that flicker of belief, even when it is surrounded by shadows. So tonight I speak directly to your doubt. I am sending a sign, not to shame you, but to remind you that I have not forgotten. This sign will not just meet your eyes. It will touch your spirit. It will speak to the ache you've hidden. It will answer the question behind the question. And when it comes, you will know that I see you, I hear you, and I have chosen this moment to restore what fear tried to steal. Let not your doubt speak louder than my promise. Let not your questions override the truth of my word. My child, I do not rebuke you for asking. I invite you to bring every uncertainty to me. Lay it all down. Bring me your confusion. Bring me your disappointment. Bring me the heaviness of unbelief. I can handle it. I am not fragile. I am not distant. I am your Father, and I still choose you, even in your wrestling. Let this be the moment your doubt bows to my presence. Let this be the night your fear gives way to revelation. The sign I send will not only strengthen your faith, it will shift your perspective. You will begin to see what I've been doing all along, and suddenly, the silence will make sense. The waiting will feel sacred, and your faith will rise from the ashes stronger than ever before. Stand firm, my beloved. Do not let shame silence your soul. I am not condemning you, I am confirming you. I am not punishing your questions, I am answering them with myself. For I am your answer. I am your peace. And even now, I am drawing near with a sign that will burn through the fog and lead you back to the fire of belief. This night, my child, is no accident. This moment was written in my eternal script long before you ever felt the need to pray. Before your heart whispered its longing, I had already set my plan in motion. Tonight is not random. It is sacred. It is marked. It is chosen. I have sanctified this night to be the beginning of a new unfolding in your life. This is the night I chose to move. You wonder why now? I answer, because now your heart is ready. You see delay. I see design. You feel forgotten. I see fulfillment. I do not move according to your earthly calendars, but by heavenly precision. I set the stars in place with purpose, and I set your life in alignment with divine orchestration. Do you truly think I could forget you? My beloved, I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands. I cannot overlook what I died to redeem. Lift your eyes now. Look beyond what's seen. The heavens declare my glory. Yes, but tonight I declare my love to you. Not in theory, not in generalities. Personally, tenderly, specifically. The moonlight that pours over your window, the breeze that brushes your face, the silence that calls to your spirit, all of it whispers my nearness. All of it proclaims, I am here. You have walked many nights with no sign, many seasons with no word. But tonight is different. This night is holy ground. I have marked it in eternity and circled it in my heavenly calendar as the night I would visit you in power. Not just to comfort, but to commission. Not just to reassure, but to reveal. This is your moment, divinely appointed, sealed in the heavenlies, destined to alter the course of your journey. The sign I send will not be delayed. It will come with clarity, and it will stir your spirit. You will feel the shift. You will sense the release. Doors that seemed locked will begin to creak open. Paths that looked foggy will gain definition. You will say, "Surely, the Lord has moved it tonight," and your faith will leap again. For this is not just another evening, it is the night I chose to break through. So receive this, my child. Let reverence rise in your heart. Shake off the doubt, the weariness, the numbness. You are standing at the threshold of something sacred. You are not alone in this moment. Heaven watches. Angels lean in. The courts of glory await your response. Will you believe me now? Will you receive the sign? Will you step into what I have prepared? Breathe it in. This is the night I chose to move, and I have chosen you to witness it. You keep looking toward the loud, the obvious, the sensational, but I need you to widen your vision. What you overlook may be the very thing I have anointed to carry my message to your heart. My child, do not reduce my voice to the familiar. I do not limit myself to the expected. I am the creator of all things, and I can place my word in anything, anyone, anywhere. Open your eyes. Expand your expectations. You are waiting for lightning, but I may come to you in the form of quiet kindness, a fleeting moment, a stranger's unexpected word. Do not dismiss the ordinary. The vessel I choose may appear simple, unqualified, even unnoticed. But what the world calls lowly, I call chosen. I once used a donkey to speak truth, a widow to feed a prophet, a star to guide kings, and fishermen to shift the course of history. What seems beneath your attention may be exactly where I've hidden treasure. And the sign I am sending you tonight, it may not arrive with grandeur. It may come wrapped in humility, clothed in silence, unnoticed by others but unmistakable to you. Let go of assumptions. Invite my spirit to open the eyes of your soul. Ask for discernment to see beyond service, to perceive beyond the natural. I am not bound by patterns. I will use who and what I will. A broken voice may carry my truth. A passing image may hold my signature. A whisper in the wind may be your confirmation. The sign you've prayed for may not arrive in brilliance. It may come in the gentle presence of something you almost walked past. Watch carefully. I have planted my sign in plain sight. But only those who are willing to see with the eyes of the heart will perceive its glory. The sign will resonate with a depth you cannot deny. It will carry a weight beyond words. It will shift the atmosphere inside you. You will not need to ask if it's me. You will know. Because my presence will cling to it like oil on skin, like fragrance in the air after the rain. I want you to walk with attention. Move slowly tonight. Pay close attention to interruptions, delays, unexpected shifts. These may not be disruptions. They may be divine alignments. You will encounter something, or someone, that causes your spirit to pause. When that moment comes, lean in. Let your spirit listen. Ask me in that instant, "Is this from you?" And I will answer, "I am not hiding from you. I am revealing myself in ways your heart needs, not just your eyes crave." Do not despise small things. Do not ignore the lowly. Do not overlook the subtle. The messenger may not look like a prophet, but if I've touched them, they carry my flame. Your sign may walk past you unnoticed if you only watch with natural sight. Ask me for vision that sees beyond. Ask me for the sensitivity to know when I am near, even if the vessel is unfamiliar. Tonight, I may speak through something you didn't plan, someone you didn't expect, somewhere you never thought to look. The sign will not stroke your ego, but it will awaken your spirit. It will call you higher. And when it comes, it will not leave you as it found you. For it will carry my breath, my authority, and my unmistakable whisper. You must be ready to receive what others dismiss. This is the hour of divine surprise. My child, don't stop here. To walk away now would break my heart, for I am still unveiling mysteries meant for you. I've only begun to part the veil. If you leave now, you'll miss what I have hidden just beyond this moment, answers that could rewrite your very destiny. Stay with me, for I am not finished speaking, and what comes next is a revelation meant to restore your soul. You are not unseen. Though the world moves past you with blind eyes and distracted hearts, I have never turned away. Heaven sees you, every step, every breath, every weary sigh. The chords of eternity are not silent concerning your life. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. Prayers you thought vanished into the air have been caught, carried, and preserved before my throne. Every tear had been recorded, every sacrifice remembered, every act of faith noted. You are not alone in your battle, and tonight, you are not unnoticed. Lift your gaze. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, those who endured, those who overcame, those who now rejoice as they watch you rise. They cheer not because of your perfection, but because of your perseverance. Your journey is not invisible. It is a testimony unfolding in real time, watched by angels, rejoiced over in heaven. And tonight, the sign I send is more than a personal confirmation. It is a visible echo of an invisible reality. You are deeply known and profoundly loved. I am sending you something tangible to remind you of what is always true. You are surrounded. You are covered. You are championed. The battles you faced were not in vain. The pain has not been wasted. I have used every storm to shape you, every trial to refine you. I have hidden you under my wings when you didn't know it. I have carried you through days you thought would destroy you. And now, I am about to mark this night with my seal. The sign I send will not merely affirm your direction. It will reveal your value. It will speak louder than the lies that said you were forgotten. It will drown out the accusations that tried to convince you you'd failed. I will not allow the voice of the enemy to write the final word over your life. I write that word myself. And the sign you see will confirm that I am still writing, still moving, still speaking. Feel the weight of glory that surrounds you even now. Heaven leans in when you pray. Angels stand guard when you sleep. The Spirit intercedes when you are too weary to speak. You do not walk through this night alone. You carry the attention of eternity with you. Let that truth awaken a holy boldness in you. Let it strengthen your spine and calm your heart. You've questioned whether I'm still near. Let this be your answer. I am so near. The courts of heaven are involved in your life. I have assigned angelic forces to respond to your obedience. I have wrapped you in promises that cannot be revoked. The sign I send tonight is not only for your comfort, it is for your commissioning. It is a signal to the heavens and a declaration to the earth. My child is moving forward, covered in divine backing, destined for victory. So now, walk as one who is watched by heaven. Stand tall. Pray boldly. Speak with authority. You are not wandering in the dark. You are led by the light. And tonight, that light will break forth as a sign that echoes throughout realms seen and unseen. I am with you, and heaven rejoices over you. More than anything you can do, more than any title you can hold, more than any offering you can bring. I want your heart. That is my desire. Not your perfection, not your performance. Your heart, raw and real. Your trust, your intimacy, your closeness. I created you not just to serve me, but to know me, to walk with me in the cool of the day, to hear my voice as friend to friend, father to child. You've tried to earn my approval, but I already gave you my love. You've tried to work your way to worthiness, but I already called you mine. The sign I send tonight is not a summons to do more. It is an invitation to come closer. I want to break the walls that keep me at a distance. I want to dismantle the fear that says you must prove yourself to be love. I want your heart, not your performance. Let go of the striving. I never asked you to be impressive. I asked you to be present. I asked you to draw near. I asked you to trust. Come like a child again. Honest, simple, believing. Come without pretending. Come without polishing your prayers. Just come. I already know what you carry. I already see what you're hiding. And I still want you. The sign I send tonight is a door, not a destination. It leads into deeper fellowship. It is my way of saying, let's walk together again. I long to speak to you daily, not just in crisis. I long to sit with you, not just rescue you. I long for your attention, not your perfection. I long for your companionship, not your compliance. This love I give is relentless. It is not based on your mood or your momentum. It is anchored in who I am, and I have not changed. Let this sign remind you that I am still in pursuit of your heart. Every word I speak tonight is laced with affection. Every whisper you hear is wrapped in mercy. Every moment we share is holy ground. Open the door again. Let me in. Not into your routine, into your heart. Let me show you what intimacy looks like. Let me be the voice you turn to first. Let me be the refuge you run to without shame. Let me be your guide, not just in theory but in every heartbeat. I am not content with a distant relationship. I want to be your first thought in the morning, your last word at night, your everything in between. So come close. Come near. The sign you see tonight will not only confirm that I love you, it will echo the longing of my heart. I want you, my child. I want to dwell with you, walk with you, love you until every fear dissolves and every lie breaks under the weight of my presence. You have wondered, in the quiet of your heart, if I change my mind, if the promise I once whispered has expired, if too much time has passed, too much pain has come, or too many failures have piled upon your days. But I tell you now, nothing I have spoken over your life has faded from my memory. What I promised you still breathes with life, still pulses with destiny, still waits for its appointed moment to burst forth in full bloom. I am not a man that I should lie. I do not tease my children with false hope. Every word I release is alive, active, and eternal. The sign I send tonight is not just a comfort. It is a confirmation. It will not merely soothe your soul. It will reignite your faith. You have doubted whether you still carry the call. You've questioned whether you missed your window. You silently asked, Lord, did I mess it up beyond repair? I answer now, no. You have not missed me. You have not fallen too far. You have not disqualified yourself. What I ordained in eternity still stands in full authority. My promise does not wither in the storm. It grows deeper roots. It does not retreat in the delay. It strengthens in the hidden place. You see time passing and assume I've turned away. I see time maturing you and preparing the soil. I've not withheld the promise to torment you. I've delayed its unveiling to preserve you. For I would rather give you something eternal than something immediate that you are not ready to carry. The night sign is a divine reminder. The covenant I made with you is not broken. My word will not return void. It will accomplish what I sent it for. Every seed I planted in your spirit will bear fruit in due season. Every dream I placed in your heart that aligns with my will, I still intend to bring it to pass. Not one part of it have been lost. Not 1 inch of it have been wasted. So rise in expectation. Speak again the promise I gave you. Pray with confidence, not hesitation. Stand in the authority of my covenant. I do not grow weary of you repeating my words. I am moved when you believe them again. Say it loud, even if your voice trembles. Declare what I declared over you. Let your faith meet my faithfulness. I never start what I do not finish. I never speak what I do not fulfill. Let this be the night you recover your boldness. Let this be the hour you stop tiptoeing around destiny. You've carried the weight of delay, but tonight I place upon you the mantle of renewal. You will not walk forward in discouragement. You will march forward in resurrection power. The same word that created the stars now fuels your future. The same promise that hovered over Abraham, Joseph, and David now hovers over you. That it is not dormant. It is divine. I have not changed course. I have not changed my mind. You are still the one I chose. The promise still stands, and nothing in hell or on earth has authority to revoke what I have written in heaven. Hold fast, my beloved. Your appointed time draws near. There are moments in your journey when the silence feels too loud, when the weight of waiting seems unbearable, when darkness stretches so far it feels as though morning may never come. But it is in these sacred hours, these midnight seasons, that I draw closest. You think I am late, but I have chosen this exact hour to meet you. Just as I met Jacob under the blanket of night, wrestling until dawn, so now I come to encounter you, not to overpower you, but to transform you. Midnight is not your end. It is your beginning. I allow the night not to punish you, but to prepare you. I choose to move in the dark so that when light breaks forth, there is no doubt it was I who carried you through. You are not abandoned in this silence. You are surrounded. And tonight I reach out, not with a demand, but with a divine invitation. Cling to me. Jacob wrestled and walked away with a limp, but he also walked away with a blessing and a new name. And so shall you. You have wrestled with fear, with doubt, with delay, with despair, but you have not let go. And because you have clung to me in the dark, I will bless you in the breaking. I will rename what you thought was ruined. I will reveal what you thought was lost. Your identity is shifting. Your destiny is emerging. And the sign I send tonight will confirm that everything is changing. Do not resist the wrestle. It is not a punishment. It is an encounter. It is not a sign of disfavor. It is proof of my intimacy. I only wrestle with those I intend to bless. I only engage the ones I call sons and daughters. You are not forgotten in the fight. You are being forged. My hands are upon you. My breath is within you. My eyes are locked on yours. And tonight, your midnight turns to morning. Expect revelation in the stillness. Expect breakthrough in the battle. The sign I send will not delay. It will interrupt the night and pierce through the fog. And when it does, you will know that I have not been distant. I have been wrestling you into your next season. I have been breaking what cannot go with you. I have been preparing you for a transformation you did not yet have words for. You will not walk out of this night the same. What once defined you, fear, rejection, loss, will no longer have a place. I am etching a new name on your life. I am breathing fresh identity into your soul. You are no longer who you were. You are who I declare you to be. And this night, marked by my presence, becomes the hinge point of your destiny. Receive this encounter. Do not fear the struggle. You are not losing. You are evolving. Let me finish what I started in you. I am the God of your midnight, and I do my greatest work when the world sleeps. I know the weight you carry. I see the moments when your chest tightens, your breath shortens, and your thoughts spiral with questions you don't dare speak aloud. You've hidden your fear behind busyness, behind smiles, behind quiet strength. But I know the truth beneath the surface. And I want you to hear me now, as clearly as you've ever heard anything. Fear does not have the final word. I do. You do not walk this valley alone. I walk beside you. I go before you. I surround you on every side. I am Emmanuel, God with you. Not God above you. Not God beyond you. With you. In your breath, in your tears, in your trembling, I am present. My rod and staff, they do not just defend you, they comfort you. I do not just fight for you, I hold you. And tonight, I send a sign, not only to affirm your path, but to annihilate the lie that you are alone. Fear wants to paralyze you. I have come to mobilize you. Fear wants to bind you. I have come to break chains. Fear wants to whisper that you're not enough. I declare that I am more than enough, and I live within you. You don't need to be unafraid to move. You need only to trust that I am greater than what scares you. Courage is not born from the absence of fear. It is born from the presence of God. And I am here. The sign I send tonight will carry my authority. It will not whisper, it will proclaim. It will not coddle fear, it will cast it out. You will feel its impact in your spirit. It will bring clarity, not confusion. Peace, not panic. Boldness, not hesitation. I am not calling you to walk forward alone. I am calling you to walk forward with me. My presence does not eliminate difficulty, but it transforms it into victory. Tonight is your proving ground. You are not in a grave, you are in a garden. I'm planting strength, not burying hope. I am birthing something in you that fear tried to abort. I am lighting a fire that anxiety could not drown. You are not weak because you feel afraid. You are strong because you keep moving anyway. And I honor that strength. I breathe upon it. I increase it. So rise, my child. Let my presence become your armor. Let my word become your sword. Let my promises become your foundation. You are not fragile. You are fortified. You are not forsaken. You are fiercely loved. You are not stumbling. You are being led. And the sign I send tonight will burn through every lie and plant truth where fear once lived. This is not a season of survival. It is a season of supernatural courage. And I am with you in every step. If my words have cast out fear in your heart tonight, then let your giving become a light for someone else still trembling in the dark. Every super thanks you send, every membership you activate, every seed you sow through PayPal is not just support. It's a spiritual act of warfare. It is a flame passed forward, a declaration that my voice must reach the next soul crying out in silence. You've asked me, Lord, how can I help others find what I found tonight? This is how. I said, give, and it will be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, overflowing. This moment is holy. When you give, you're not funding a platform. You're opening heaven over someone's wilderness. Now act. Click below. Sow your seed and let me multiply it with fire, favor, and souls. You've come this far, my beloved. Don't silence the conversation now. It would grieve me if you stopped listening when your spirit is on the edge of awakening. I have so much more to reveal, but I will not force what must be freely received. The next word I speak may be the very one your heart has been aching for in secret. Stay close. Listen on. Honor my voice, and I will honor your hunger. My child, you have waited long enough in the realm of questions. You've wondered whether what you heard from me was real or imagined, whether the impression you carried in your heart was divine or just desire. But tonight, I settle that unrest. I draw a line between confusion and confirmation, and I tell you now, I will not let my word go unfulfilled. I do not speak in riddles. I do not tease with vagueness. I speak with clarity, and what I have spoken over your life, I will now confirm. You have held on to promises in the dark, nurturing them like fragile embers, hoping they were not just wishful thinking. Let me be clear, I do not plant dreams in your spirit for entertainment. I do not breathe destiny into your soul and then vanish. Every word that leaves my mouth carries the weight of eternity. I watch over it. I guard it. I nurture it. And I bring it to pass at the appointed time. The time is approaching, and tonight's sign is your signal. You've asked, was that really you, Lord? You've replayed moments in your mind, dissecting them, questioning whether you missed something or misunderstood my direction. But I am not a God of confusion. I am the God of order, peace, and precision. And I am aligning what I have spoken with what you are about to see. The visible and invisible are converging. My sign will not create more doubt. It will settle the doubt that's been echoing too long inside you. This sign is not just a symbol, it is a seal. It is me placing my stamp of authenticity on your calling, your path, your obedience. You will not need to guess when it comes. You will know because it will carry my weight. It will strike your spirit with the authority of truth. You will dismantle the fear that says you're off course. You are not lost. You are led. You are not drifting. You are anchored in my covenant. Stand firm now. Do not waver between opinions. Let this night mark your turning point. I am confirming what you heard in secret. I am validating what you dared to believe against all odds. Others may not understand. They were not meant to. I didn't give them the word. I gave it to you. You are not crazy. You are not reaching. You are chosen. You are hearing me rightly, and this sign will prove it. Lift your faith. Do not lower your expectation. I will not leave my word hanging in silence. I finish what I start. I build with blueprints you cannot yet see, but every part of it is according to plan. I confirm not just direction, I confirm identity. I am confirming who you are, whose you are, and why you were sent. Let the fire rise in you again. Let clarity return to your footsteps. You are not walking blind. You are walking in alignment. Let tonight be the end of doubt's dominion. Let it be the rebirth of confidence, boldness, and divine certainty. I speak, and I fulfill. I declare, and I confirm. I begin, and I complete. And now, my beloved, I confirm what I began in you with a sign that no voice, no fear, and no lie will be able to erase. You've waited with such intensity for a sign that you've made it the finish line. But I need you to understand, this sign is not your conclusion. It is not the final chapter of your faith. It is the opening of a new dimension. It is not closure, it is commencement. What I show you tonight is not a destination, it's a direction. The purpose of this sign is not to satisfy your curiosity, it is to spark your obedience. You have mistaken confirmation for completion. But I don't give signs to pacify your emotions. I give them to activate your purpose. Do not idolize the symbol. Do not cling to the evidence more than the one who sent it. The sign is simply a finger pointing to me. It is not the treasure, it is the trail. It is not the answer, it is the invitation. Worship not what I show you, but the heart behind the showing. Tonight's sign may stir your emotions, but it is meant to shift your actions. Let it propel you. Let it reorder your steps. Let it awaken your calling with fresh urgency. Let it release you from delay and indecision. I am not sending a sign to entertain you, I am sending it to awaken you. Let wonder rise, yes, but let it birth movement. Let it birth alignment. Let it birth sacrifice. You are not meant to remain where you are. You are not called to observe miracles, you are called to walk in them. This sign is a summons. It is me saying, now go. Let this moment burn away passivity. Let this revelation cut through the haze of distraction. Do not hesitate in wonder. Advance in obedience. What you see tonight is the spark. What comes next is your surrender. Do not box in my power. Just because the sign looks small does not mean the outcome will be. The Red Sea parted after a staff was raised. The walls fell after a shout. The dead rose after a command. Do not underestimate what obedience after a sign can unleash. I don't just speak to impress. I speak to instruct. My voice creates paths where none existed. My signs mark the beginning of your movement. Receive this warning in love. If you fixate on the sign and do nothing with it, you will miss the fullness of its purpose. Signs are not for decoration. They are for direction. They are not monuments. They are mandates. So tonight, do not just see the sign, follow where it leads. Let it shatter fear, ignite hunger, and birth divine resolve. Let it rearrange your heart until you cannot remain the same. I'm calling you to rise from revelation into response, from clarity into courage, from watching into walking. I am not done revealing, but what I've shown tonight is enough for you to take your next step. The sign is sacred, yes, but what I desire more is your surrender. Step now. Move forward. The sign is not the end. It is your beginning. You had a plan, a schedule, a rhythm you trusted. But tonight, I interrupt it, not to harm you, but to restore divine order. My interruptions are not disruptions, they are realignments. You think everything has gone off course, but I tell you, it has gone exactly where I intended. The delay you hated, the door that closed, the moment that felt inconvenient, it was me, stepping in, shifting what would have derailed you. I am not bound by time. I orchestrated. And tonight, I orchestrate a divine interruption for your good. Let me disturb what you've settled for. Let me reroute the journey you thought you controlled. I do not detour without purpose. I do not pause your progress without intention. When I interrupt your plan, it's because my glory demands a better one. I have seen the outcome of your strategy, and I have prepared a route that carries your destiny without damage. Trust what I disrupt. You asked me for guidance. You prayed for clarity. But when I broke your rhythm, you resisted. Tonight, I remind you, my interruption is the answer you asked for. Let go of the timeline. Release your grip on the outcome. I am not late. I am not confused. I am not indecisive. I know the end from the beginning, and I interrupt to preserve what you could not protect. The sign I send will dismantle your illusion of control. It will speak loudly in the middle of your assumptions. It will come when you least expect it and demand your full attention. But when it comes, do not reject it. Embrace the shift. Welcome the redirection. Receive it as proof that I am active, not absent. A God who moves is a God who loves, and I love you too much to let you walk comfortably into delay. Allow the interruption to become intimacy. Let the change of pace create space for deeper fellowship. You will discover parts of my character that routine could never reveal. In the discomfort of interrupted plans, you will hear my voice in ways you never could before. You will see that what seemed like chaos was actually mercy. Stop mourning what I've shifted. Stop resisting what I've realigned. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. My hand has never left your life. My fingerprint is on every closed door, every rearranged detail, every rerouted season. This is not random. This is not reckless. This is restoration. So yield. Lean in. Embrace what I'm doing. It is my way of saying, this path was too small. This plan was too safe. I'm leading you somewhere higher. And if you let me, I will take you there. You look at so much, yet seen so little. Your eyes scan the horizon for something dramatic, something unmistakably supernatural. But you've forgotten that the miraculous often walks quietly, clothed in what looks ordinary. I'm not hiding from you, but I will not force you to see. What I've placed before you can only be recognized by eyes that are trained to perceive, not just to observe. Sight is not only physical, it is spiritual. And tonight, I am restoring your vision. You've asked for a sign, but you must also ask for sight. Pray not just to witness something spectacular. Pray to recognize the divine within the ordinary. Ask me to open your spirit so you don't miss what I have placed right in front of you. You've passed by moments of divine revelation because they came in silence, in humility, in disguise. I am not only in the fire, I am in the whisper. I am not only in the thunder, I am in the still breathe of a stranger's kindness, the shift in atmosphere when my presence draws near. I want to give you clarity, not just to see events but to discern meanings, not just to recognize symbols but to understand the language of heaven. You have spiritual eyes, but they've been clouded by busyness, by fear, by expectations shaped more by culture than by covenant. Let me wipe the lens of your spirit. Let me clear away what has dulled your sensitivity. I want you to perceive, not just process. Tonight, I will allow you to witness a sign, but that sign will not show. It will not be obvious to everyone. It will be visible only to those who are watching with intention. The scales are falling now. You will begin to perceive patterns you once ignored, people you once dismissed, paths you once feared. You will begin to read the language I speak in winds and shadows, in silence and sudden peace. I speak fluently in the language of movement, interruption, and divine coincidence. And I will teach you to understand me. Train your heart to recognize me even when I come in unfamiliar forms. My signs are not always fireworks. Sometimes they are open doors disguised as delay, new directions hidden inside closed ones. Tonight, I give you the eyes to see what others miss, the vision to recognize what only the Spirit can reveal. And do not be afraid if others cannot see it. This was meant for you. I did not send it for crowds or applause, I sent it for your soul. The sight I give is not dependent on validation. It is rooted in intimacy. What you see with me, you will carry as a secret strength. You will walk in discernment, and nothing will catch you off guard. So now, slow down. Open your spirit. Pause before assuming. Ask me for revelation. Pray this: Lord, let me see as you see. And I will respond. You will begin to discern layers beneath the surface of life. My sign will not confuse, it will illuminate. And once your eyes have been opened, they will never go back to blindness. You will never again walk in the dark, for you will be guided not just by signs, but by sight. Tonight's sign is not just for you. It is for those who will come after you. I am a God of generations. I do not move in single lifetimes. I move in bloodlines, legacies, and seeds that outlive the sower. What I show you tonight will become a witness not just for your faith, but for the faith of your children and your children's children. Do not think this moment is small. What you receive now will ripple through decades. You have asked me for a personal confirmation, but I answer with generational impact. You see the edges of your life. I see the entire tapestry. I am not just shaping your steps. I am laying foundations for those who will walk in the path you clear. Your obedience tonight unlocks inheritance for those who don't yet know my name but will because you said yes. The sign I give is not just evidence. It is an activation. It sets in motion a legacy of miracles. Every step you take in faith becomes a path someone else will walk with ease. Every prayer you pray tonight builds an altar your family will return to. Every act of obedience plants trees whose shade you may never sit under, but others will. I am not only blessing you, I am multiplying through you. And what I release now is not temporary. It is enduring. It is eternal. Let this sober you. Let it elevate your perspective. You do not live only for the now. You live as a doorway to what I will do next. I think in terms of lineage. I move through timelines that your mind cannot grasp. I remember Abraham because of Isaac. I remember David because of Solomon. And I will remember you, not just for what you do, but for what you allow me to do through you, for others. This sign will mark a shift, not just in your life, but in your bloodline. Cycles will break. Chains will fall. Patterns of fear, addiction, and silence will shatter. Where confusion reigned, clarity will flow. Where compromise ruled, conviction will rise. You will be the one through whom legacy is redeemed. You are not a product of the past. You are a catalyst for the future. What I begin with you will not die with you. It will awaken through every generation you touch. And tonight, I hatch my promise into your lineage. I stamp eternity into your legacy. The sign I send is the seed of 1,000 blessings you'll never see with natural eyes, but heaven will record them, and earth will reap them. So stand tall. Raise your head. This is not about a fleeting encounter. It is about generational transformation. I am writing history with your life. And tonight, I hand you the pen. This moment is holy, and to walk away now would not just rob you, it would rob those connected to your obedience. I am still pouring, still uncovering, still speaking into your bloodline and your future. Do not turn your ear from me when I am crafting generational blessings through your yes. Continue with me, for what remains carries the weight of legacy. Stay, because what's coming will mark eternity. You've searched for me in the thunder, in the earthquake, in the fire, hoping that my power would arrive with noise and drama, that my answer would shake the foundations and silence every doubt with a roar. But I need you to understand something deeper. I am the God who commands storms, yes, but I am also the God who chooses the whisper. I do not always shout to prove my presence. Sometimes I whisper to prove my nearness. Like Elijah in the cave, you have waited for a sign wrapped in spectacle. You have grown discouraged when the thunder passed, when the wind faded, when the fire burned out. But you missed nothing. I was simply drawing you deeper, past your expectations, into the truth. I wanted your attention not with noise but with love. And tonight, I whisper again. Do not mistake gentleness for absence. Do not equate softness with weakness. When I whisper, it is because I am near enough to do so. You do not need a megaphone when your lips are pressed to the ear of the one you love. I am that close, closer than your doubt, closer than your breath. I whisper not to hide, but to call you closer. My sign tonight will not scream. It will not flash across the sky. It will come wrapped in simplicity. It may be a phrase in a psalm, a glance from a stranger, a stirring in your spirit that you can't explain. But it will be me. It will carry my fingerprints. And if your heart is listening, you will know. You will feel me brush past your soul like the wind that moves leaves without being seen. The whisper comes with power. The whisper creates change. I created worlds with a word, and I can shift your entire life with a breath. You do not need spectacle to receive confirmation. You need stillness. You need sensitivity. You need the courage to stop striving and simply listen. I am not trying to impress you. I'm trying to draw you in. So listen now. Lower the volume of your distractions. Retreat into stillness. Sit in the sanctuary of quiet. And as you do, prepare your spirit. My whisper carries more power than the loudest noise. It speaks identity. It breathes peace. It releases revelation. And when the whisper comes, respond. Do not ask for another voice. Do not demand more evidence. Trust the tenderness. Trust the intimacy. I am near. I am speaking. I am guiding. Let the whisper become your anchor. Tonight, the wind will pass. The thunder will subside. The fire will fade. But the whisper will remain. And in that whisper, you will find me. You have gripped so tightly the illusion of control that your hands have grown weary from holding what I never asked you to carry. I see the tension that lives beneath your skin, the constant planning, the endless calculating, the fear that if you release your grasp, everything will collapse. But I tell you the truth now, control is not your protector, it is your prison. I never called you to manage every outcome. I called you to trust me with every unknown. And tonight, I am asking you to let go. Surrender does not mean defeat. It means alignment. When you release your hold, you open your hands to receive. When you stop steering every detail, you allow me to guide with wisdom that far exceeds your understanding. My plans are not just good. They are flawless. I am not improvising. I am orchestrating. And where your logic ends, my providence begins. Your strategies have exhausted you because they were never meant to sustain you. I did not call you to live by spreadsheets of self-reliance. I called you to walk by the whispers of my spirit. Your constant need to predict the future has robbed you of the joy of my presence in the present. Tonight, I call you back to trust, to peace, to childlike faith that breathes instead of strives. This sign I send will disrupt the pattern. It will interrupt the rhythm you thought you needed to maintain. It may not match the plan you created, but it will match the prayer you whispered. I do not always give you what you expect, but I always give what will elevate your soul. And the way forward will not be found through control. It will be found through surrender. Release your need for guarantees. Let go of the craving for constant clarity. I lead by light and by cloud, by fire and by silence. I do not conform to formulas. I operate by covenant. What I promised, I will fulfill, but you must allow me to be the one who writes the script. You have been gripping security, success, relationships, even your calling, like lifelines. But those were never meant to sustain you. Only I can. Tonight's sign is not merely an answer. It is a confrontation. It will challenge your desire to remain in charge. It will expose the parts of your heart that still try to manage me. But I do not fit into the boxes of your control. I do not move according to your calendar. I do not wait for your permission. I move when the time is right, and that time is now. So release what you're holding. Surrender what you idolized. Let go of what you thought you had to maintain. In that surrender, you will discover peace. You will see with new eyes. You will breathe with new depth. And most of all, you will finally move in the rhythm of grace instead of the rigidity of fear. Let go and take hold of me. I have heard your cries in the night when you believed no one else was listening. I have felt the ache behind your laughter, the exhaustion hidden behind your strength. I have stood beside you when your prayers were filled with more silence than words. And now I say to you, without shadow or hesitation, I am near. I have not distanced myself. I have not ignored your questions. I have not grown weary of your longing. I have drawn closer than your skin, closer than breath, closer than every doubt that has tried to define this season. I do not come tonight to prove my existence. I come to affirm my love. You don't need another theory about me. You need encounter. And that is what I bring. I am not merely God Almighty. I am your Abba, your ever-present Father, your unwavering source of comfort and strength. I come not with condemnation, but with compassion. I do not scold you for your weakness. I cover it with mercy and lift you with tenderness. You've looked for me in the loud, the wild, the fire-filled moments. But I've been speaking in the quiet pauses, the small gestures, the ordinary miracles. The sunrise that met you when you almost gave up. The word from a stranger that pierced your soul. The unexplainable peace that settled over you when anxiety should have swallowed you whole. That was me. I was there. I am here still. Tonight's sign is not dramatic by accident. It is gentle by design. It is a whisper of assurance sent straight to the deepest place of your pain. It is not a spectacle. It is sacred. I chose this moment because I knew your heart was finally still enough to feel me, ready enough to receive me, willing enough to stop striving and simply be held. Let yourself receive what I'm pouring out. Let yourself feel me near, not just know it as fact, but experience it as reality. Your mind has known Scripture, but your soul longs for encounter. And so I come, not just as teacher, but as father. Not just as judge, but as friend. Not just as creator, but as the lover of your soul. Let the walls fall. Let the shame dissolve. Let the assumptions you've held about me crumble at my feet. I am not distant. I am not angry. I am not withholding. I am present, patient, pursuing. And this sign is the mark of my nearness. I don't need you to perform for me. I don't ask for polished prayers or perfect words. I want your honesty, your tears, your own. I want your open heart, your trembling hands, your uncertain yes. That's where I dwell. That's where I move. I have come to wrap my arms around your weary soul, to still your chaos, to breathe peace, to remind you that you never walk alone. You never have. I am near, my child, and I am never leaving. You feared that the next sign you would receive might be one of rebuke, a signal that you failed beyond repair, that my patience has finally expired. But hear me now and hold this truth deeply. The sign I send tonight is not one of wrath. It is a mark of mercy. You are not standing under the threat of my anger. You are being embraced by the fullness of my compassion. I know your frame. I remember your fragility. And yet I call you precious. You are not a disappointment. I see you as my delight. My mercy is not a diluted version of justice. It is not me tolerating you until you improve. It is me choosing to love you as you are, while leading you into who you're becoming. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to strive for it. You only need to accept that it is already yours. And tonight, this sign will confirm that mercy has written its name across every chapter of your life. You've measured yourself by your failures, kept record of your inconsistencies, and let shame build altars in places I wanted to restore. But I don't measure you as the world does. I don't keep score. I cover with grace. You've assumed that mercy means weakness. But mercy is what holds back destruction and releases destiny. Mercy is what silences accusation and speaks blessing. Mercy is what breathes life where death once ruled. Tonight's sign is not just a moment, it is a message. It says, "You are still mine." It declares, "Nothing you've done has canceled what I've declared." You've run, but I've pursued. You doubted, but I've remained. You faltered, but I've upheld. And now I mark you, not for shame, but for purpose. Let this be the night you finally believe that my kindness is not a trick, not a bait and switch, but a true reflection of who I am. I am not waiting to punish you. I am longing to heal you. I do not expose wounds to shame you. I expose them to pour oil on them. I do not bring up your past to remind you of failure. I bring it up to show you how I've redeemed it. You are not a lost cause. You are not beyond reach. You are not damaged goods. You are loved, seen, and chosen. And this mercy I extend tonight, it doesn't just cover sin. It awakens your heart. It calls you higher. It pulls you into purpose with power and gentleness at once. So receive it fully. Walk out from the shadows. Release the guilt you've carried too long. This sign marks the beginning of restoration. You are not being punished. You are being pursued. You are not being exposed. You are being embraced. You are not being rejected. You are being redeemed. Let mercy mark you tonight. Let it rewrite your story. Let it remind you who you are. Mine. You have waited long enough at the edge of the promise. You have stood beneath signs and wonders, trembling in awe, wondering if they were real, if they were meant for you, if you were worthy to respond. But now the time for watching has passed. The season of observation ends here. I am commanding movement. I am summoning obedience. What you saw was not the finish line. It was your invitation to begin. You have received the sign. And I walked. You've wrestled with doubt, with fear, with uncertainty wrapped in holy questions. I honored your wrestling. I met you in it. But the wrestling must give way to trust. The fire you feel now, that is faith awakening. That is courage igniting. That is your spirit recognizing it cannot stay where it is any longer. You've lingered long enough in indecision. You've camped at the base of revelation. Now rise. This next step may feel unfamiliar, but it is the most sacred step of all. It is the step of faith. It is not built on perfect understanding. It is forged by perfect surrender. You don't need to know every detail. You need only to obey the one truth I've made clear. Move. Trust me beyond your comfort. Follow me into the unknown. Let your action reflect what your spirit already knows, that I am with you, and I am enough. Fear will whisper that the way is unsafe. Anxiety will try to convince you that this isn't the right moment. But those are echoes of past bondage, not the voice of your Father. I do not lead with fear, I guide with presence. And I am here. I am ahead of you. I am beside you. I am behind you, guarding your steps and shielding your destiny. Every place your foot lands, I have already claimed. Every door I open, no one can close. You've asked me for assurance, for clarity, for confidence. But now I ask you for trust. I ask you to move while it still feels uncertain. I ask you to step before the ground looks stable. That is faith, not recklessness, but radical surrender. And in that surrender, you will find strength. I will not let you fall. I will not let you walk alone. I walk with those who walk with me. Do not delay. Do not return to what I've called you out from. What felt safe before has now become the place of stagnation. You cannot thrive where you were only meant to pass through. And this sign I gave you, it was never meant to hold you in wonder. It was meant to launch you into action. Every confirmation was a push. Every whisper a call. Every nudge a divine instruction. So walk now, not with timidity, but with confidence. Not with hesitation, but with holy boldness. The door is open. The path is lit. The way is waiting. And I, your God, your Father, your Defender, am walking with you into everything I promised. Do not look back. Do not second guess. This is the hour. This is the day. This is your moment to rise, to move, to possess. You are not walking into darkness. You are walking into fulfillment. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into destiny. You are not just transitioning. You are transforming. I have gone before you. I have prepared the way. I have cleared the obstacles. All I require now is your yes. Your full, undivided yes. And as you step, you will find the miracles you've prayed for. You will discover strength you didn't know you carried. You will unlock victories reserved only for the obedient. This is not the end of a story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. The kind that reshapes bloodlines and rewrites legacies. You are not a spectator. You are a carrier of promise. To take that step, cross the threshold, walk forward in faith. I go before you, and I always will. If you've received the sign, then don't walk forward alone. Walk with me in the mission. This is not just the end of a message. It's the beginning of a movement. When you support through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are sending my word into places your feet may never go. You are helping me reach the ones still waiting in the midnight hour. You've prayed, Lord, use me, and this is how I answer. Every act of giving is a prophetic step, an extension of your faith, a catalyst for someone else's awakening. I will honor it. I will bless it. I will multiply it in joy, in peace, in breakthrough that floods even your own household. So don't delay. Partner with me now and watch what heaven releases through your obedience. My child, now that you have heard my voice and received my sign, do not let this moment pass in silence. Let your soul respond. Let your lips declare what your spirit now knows. Speak it. Type it. Declare it in the open. This is your moment to plant what I've spoken in the soil of action. If you sense me speaking through this message, if you felt the stirring, the awakening, the clarity, then write it. Declare it in the comments. I receive the sign. I walk forward in faith. Let it be your proclamation. Let it be your anchor. Let it be your sacred yes to everything I have whispered through this encounter. When you comment, you're not just interacting. You are aligning with what I am doing. You are setting your heart in motion. You are saying to the heavens and the earth, I believe, I trust, I will move. Invite others to do the same. Share this word if it resonated. Don't keep light to yourself. Pass it on. There is someone else wandering in the dark, waiting for a sign. Be the vessel through which I reach them. And if your heart is still trembling from this divine interruption, if you want me to speak even more clearly, to confirm something deeper, then pause and ask, Lord, open my eyes to see the sign you are sending tonight. I will respond. I always do. So don't leave quietly. Engage. Declare. Testify. Move. This is your sacred echo. This is how you respond to the voice of God, not with hesitation, but with a resounding yes. Now rise. Write it in faith. I receive the sign. I walk forward in faith. And as you do, I will walk with you. Always. My child, listen. Come closer. I want you to feel my presence with you right now, in this very moment. I am speaking to you, not in the thunder or the rushing wind, but in that quiet place deep within your heart, that secret room where no other voice is allowed to enter. This space is ours. This conversation is just for you and me. You feel it, don't you? There is a stillness in the air tonight, a weight of holy expectation. This is not just another day bleeding into the next. I have set this night apart for you. Before the sun even thought of rising this morning, I had already marked these hours as a divine appointment, a sacred meeting between you and your Father. I see you, and I don't mean I see the strong face you put on for the world, the smile you force when you feel like crumbling. I see the real you. I see the absolute exhaustion that has settled deep into your bones after another long day at your job, where you pour your heart out and still feel completely overlooked and undervalued. I see the way you hold your breath when you walk through your front door, bracing yourself against the unspoken tensions that hang heavy in the air of your own home. I hear the questions you scream in the silence of your car, the ones you are too afraid to even whisper out loud. Am I doing enough? Will the future I'm so terrified of ever be okay? Does anyone even see how hard I am trying? You feel invisible, my precious one, as if you are moving through the world behind a pane of glass. But I see every single effort. I have counted every silent tear that has traced a path down your face in the dark. I have held every prayer you thought went unheard, every desperate plea you believed was lost in the noise of the universe. Your deep, aching longing for a sign, for some tangible assurance, that you are not just shouting into an empty void. I have felt that longing in my own heart as if it were mine. So listen to me. Do you remember that promise? The one I whispered to you in a moment of quiet desperation. The one you have been clutching like a single, flickering ember in a storm. You have asked yourself 1,000 times if it was real, if you just imagined it in your pain. Tonight, my child, I will answer you directly. That secret promise, that sacred pact made between us, will be confirmed. I am sending you an outward sign, something your eyes can see or your ears can hear, something that will anchor that divine promise into your reality, making it unshakable. When the sign appears, your logical mind, trained by a world that does not know me, will immediately try to explain it away. It will whisper to you, it's just a coincidence, or you're just tired. It's your imagination. I am telling you now, before it even happens, rebuke that lie. Cast that thought aside. This is not a random happenstance. This is not a fortunate accident. This is a carefully, meticulously, and lovingly orchestrated encounter designed by me, and for you alone. I have moved circumstances, shifted timelines, and aligned moments in the cosmic dance of creation just to get this message of love directly to your heart. Do not mistake my precision for chance. I am Elroy, the God who sees you. I saw you when you were being knit together in your mother's womb. I see you now as you wrestle with the worries of this life, and I see you in the dead of night when you feel so profoundly alone that your own breath feels like an intrusion. And tonight, you will not just have to believe that I see you. You are going to know it. I am pulling back the curtain of the physical world, just for a moment, so that you can feel the undeniable warmth of my gaze upon your life. I am watching over you, my beloved, not as a distant, critical observer, but as your loving father, your fierce protector, and your most constant companion. So prepare your heart, still your soul. I am here, and I am about to make my presence known. This is my declaration to you. Before I can give you this sign, I need you to prepare your heart to receive it. So, right now, I am inviting you to be still. I mean it. Put down your phone. Turn off the television that fills the room with noise and distraction. Just for a few moments, I need you to silence the clamor of the world's demands so you can hear my whisper. Let the noise of the day, the emails you still need to answer, the pressure from your boss, the constant worry about money, let it all fade into the background. Breathe in deeply. Now, breathe out. And as you do, I want you to release the anxieties of the day directly into my capable hands. You know that knot that tightens in your stomach whenever you think about tomorrow. That isn't from me. That is the feeling of a burden you were never meant to carry alone. Let's undo that knot together. Consciously give me that heavy weight you feel on your shoulders. You can physically feel it, can't you? In the tension of your neck, in the ache of your back. That is the toll of carrying the world by yourself. You don't have to anymore. Surrender it to me now. In the quiet that follows, I want you to build a sanctuary in your mind. Create a safe space that is just for us. It doesn't have to be some grand cathedral. It can be as simple as a comfortable chair by a window, or that peaceful path in the woods you once walked and felt close to me. It can be any place, real or imagined, where you feel safe and at peace. Go there now, in your spirit. Sit in that quiet place and simply wait for me. As you wait, I need you to let go of your preconceived notions of how I must appear. You might be expecting a lightning bolt, a dramatic vision, or a booming voice from the heavens. My child, release that script you have written for me. I am the divine author, and I speak in ways that are custom fit for your unique and beautiful heart. I know you better than you know yourself. Do not look for what you think a sign should be. Simply be open to what is. The sign may be more subtle, more intimate, and more profound than you could ever orchestrate. Finally, I want you to pray, but not in the way you might be used to. Pray not with desperate pleading, but with an open and expectant heart. You don't need to beg me. You don't need to convince me. I am already convinced of my love for you. Your prayer tonight is simple, yet it is one of the most powerful prayers you can utter. Just say, Father, I am here. I am listening. I am ready to receive whatever you have for me. That is the prayer of a heart that truly trusts. It is a prayer of complete surrender. This stillness you are creating, this release of anxiety, this openness to my method, this is you tilling the soil of your spirit. You are making your heart a fertile ground. A sign that is planted in anxious, cluttered, and demanding ground cannot possibly take root. But a sign that is planted in a heart that has been quieted, a spirit that is waiting in humble faith. That sign, my beloved, will grow into a mighty tree of assurance, and its branches will shelter you for all the years to come. Your readiness is the miracle before the miracle. Now that your heart is ready, I want to tell you how I might speak. My language is not always in words. The entire universe is my canvas, and I use it all to communicate with you. If you can, I want you to step outside tonight, even for just a moment. Look up. That moon you see hanging like a lantern in the velvet darkness. I set it on its course. Those stars, scattered like a handful of diamonds across the sky. I know every single one of them by name, and I know your name, too. I might use the way the moonlight falls across your floor or the sudden appearance of a single, brilliant star in your line of sight to get your attention. Listen to the world around you. Do you hear the gentle rustling of the leaves outside your window? It could be my whisper, reminding you, I am here. I can speak through a sudden gust of wind that feels like an embrace, or the unexpected scent of rain on dry ground. Creation itself groans with the message of my love, and I will use it to speak directly to you. But my language can be even more personal, more intricate. Do not dismiss the small, seemingly insignificant things. You might see a specific number or a sequence of numbers again and again, on a clock, a license plate, a receipt. A particular word might suddenly leap out at you from a billboard you pass every day, or from a page in a book you are reading. When it happens, you will feel a little jolt in your spirit, a sense of recognition. That is me, my child, taking a divine highlighter and underlining a message meant only for you. And so often, I wrap my signs in human skin, using my people to be my hands and voice. You might receive an unexpected text message or a phone call from a friend who says, "You were just on my mind, and I felt I needed to reach out." A stranger in a store might offer you a kind smile or a word of encouragement at the exact moment you feel most invisible. These people will have no idea they are my messengers. They will think it was their own idea. But you and I will know the truth. I will use their simple, human kindness to show you my divine, supernatural love. And sometimes, the sign I send is not something you will see or hear at all. It will be something you feel. In the midst of your inner chaos, with your thoughts racing and your anxiety high, a sudden and unexplainable wave of peace will wash over you. The raging storm inside your soul will simply go quiet. That, my beloved, is one of my most powerful signatures. That is my very presence blanketing your spirit. Know this above all, the sign will be perfectly tailored to your soul. It will speak a language that you instinctively understand because it is woven from the threads of our shared history together. It will resonate with a private joke, a past prayer, or a secret name you have for me. It will be an intimate message, like a knowing glance across a crowded room. So do not compare what you receive to what another has received. It is not for them. It is for you. If it speaks to your deepest heart, you can be sure that it is from me. You might be asking, "Father, why now? Why are you sending this sign tonight?" I want you to understand my heart in this. First and foremost, I am sending this sign to remind you, in a way you cannot forget, that you are never, ever alone on this journey. The deepest and most painful lie the enemy whispers to you in the dark is that you are isolated, that you are forgotten, that no one cares. The sign is my divine shout into your darkness, my loving roar that shatters the silence of your despair. You are not alone. I am here with you. I cannot stand to see you believe that lie for one more moment. I am also sending you this sign to give you the strength to take the very next step I have laid before you. I know what I am calling you to do. I see the path ahead, and I know that from where you are standing, it looks terrifying. It feels like stepping off a cliff into thin air. This sign is my hand on your back, a firm and steady pressure urging you forward. It is the solid ground appearing beneath your feet as you take that step of faith. It is the divine fuel you need for the next leg of your journey, the courage to do the hard thing you know you must do. The sign is also meant to cut through the thick fog of confusion that has settled in your mind. Right now, your head is a battlefield, filled with worries, anxieties, conflicting advice from the world, and 100 what-ifs. The confusion is so dense you feel like you cannot see your own hand in front of your face, let alone the path forward. This sign I am sending will be a powerful beam of light, a spiritual laser that slices through that fog and illuminates the very next stone on the path I have designed for you. It will not necessarily show you the whole journey, but it will give you the one thing you need most: clarity for the next step. I am sending this sign to heal a wound in your heart that you thought would never mend. You know the one. It is a place of deep, old pain that you have walled off, trying to pretend it isn't there. You think it will be a part of you forever. Tonight, this sign is a token of my healing. It is my hand, gently touching that broken place, beginning a mending process so deep and so complete that you thought it was impossible. and I need you to know that your prayers have been heard. This sign is my way of giving you a receipt. It is the confirmation that your words, your tears, your hopes, and your pleas are not empty. They do not just bounce off the ceiling and fall back down as dust. They travel faster than light, directly to my throne room in heaven, and they move my heart. Your prayers matter to me. Finally, my child, I am sending this sign for the simplest and most profound reason of all, because my love for you is active. It is not a passive, historical fact written in an old book. It is a present, dynamic, and relentless force. It is a love that pursues, a love that speaks, a love that shows up. I desire to be known by you, not as a distant deity or a philosophical concept, but as a living, breathing reality in your everyday life. This sign is my love in action, reaching across eternity to touch your heart tonight. My child, you must be prepared. The very moment my sign arrives, another voice will arrive with it. It is the voice of the great accuser, the enemy of your soul, and it will come to steal the gift I am giving you. It will hiss in your ear, "You're just making this up." That's not a sign. It's just your wishful thinking. You're desperate, so you're seeing things. You must be ready for this spiritual attack. You cannot be passive. You must stand your ground in your mind and speak truth back to that lie. You must say, "No. This is a gift from my Father, and you cannot have it." You have to be willing to fight for the peace and assurance I am giving you. The enemy will also try to use your past against you. I know you have been here before, in a place of desperation, hoping for a sign, and the night remained silent. The memory of that perceived silence, that disappointment, is a bitter taste that lingers. You will use that memory to poison your hope for tonight, whispering, "See, God didn't show up then, why would he show up now?" You not allow it. What happened in a past season is not what is happening now. This is a new moment. This is a new mercy. Your past experiences do not have the power to veto my present promises. And I know what you are thinking in the deepest part of your heart. A part of you feels you do not deserve this. You are cataloging your failures, your recent sins, the ways you feel you have let me down. The thought arises, why would a holy God bother to send a sign to someone like me? My beloved, listen to me. Your feeling of unworthiness does not disqualify you. It is the very thing that invites my grace. I did not come for those who believe they are perfectly whole and have it all together. I came for the broken, the weary, the ones who know they need a Savior. Your acknowledged need is your engraved invitation. You not for 1 second think you need perfect, unshakable faith to receive this gift. I am not looking for a spiritual giant tonight. I am looking for a willing child. If your faith is tiny, weak, and trembling the size of a single mustard seed, bring that to me. It is enough. I can work wonders with just a tiny seed of willing faith. You must also understand that this sign is not a payment for your good behavior. It is not a reward you have earned through your spiritual efforts. If it were, no one on earth would ever receive a sign from me. This is a gift of pure, unmerited grace. It flows from my heart to yours for one reason, and one reason only, because you are mine, and I love you with an everlasting love. You cannot earn it. You cannot deserve it. You can only open your hands and humbly accept it. And when you do, I will give you a certainty that transcends all your logical explanations. It will not be something you can prove to your skeptical friends or write out in a neat formula. It will be a deep, quiet, unshakable knowing that settles in your spirit. It will be a conviction that anchors your soul. The world will not understand it, and it doesn't have to. You will understand, and that is all that matters. Stay with me, my child. My heart is open to you now, pouring out these truths. To turn away would be to quiet a father who is in the very middle of speaking a blessing over you. It would grieve me to see you leave before you've received the most important parts of this message, why I am doing this in the very forms my sign will take. Let me finish what I have started in your heart. Now listen closely, my beloved, for this is important. You may be watching the skies for a spectacular display or listening for an audible voice to echo in your room. But what if the sign I send is quieter? What if the most profound sign I can give you is not a spectacle for your senses, but a supernatural shift within your very soul? I want you to pay close attention to your inner world tonight. You know that constant storm of anxious thoughts that rages in your mind, the endless list of worries, the replaying of painful conversations, the frantic spinning of your thoughts that leaves you so exhausted. I may send my peace to settle over all of it, like a gentle, heavy snowfall that covers the landscape and muffles every harsh sound. Suddenly, where there was a roaring tempest, there will just be silence. A holy, peaceful quiet inside of you. In that profound quiet, you will feel a deep and abiding assurance taking root. It will be the unmistakable feeling that everything, in the end, is going to be all right. Not because your problems have magically vanished, the bills may still be on the table, the difficult relationship may still exist, but because you will suddenly and certainly know that I am in control. You will feel my steady, loving hand on the wheel of your life, and the fear will lose its grip. This, my child, is the peace that I promised my followers. It is the peace that surpasses all human understanding. Your logical mind will not be able to figure it out. You will look at your circumstances, and by all earthly accounts, you should be frantic with worry. But you will not be. This peace is not a product of your willpower or positive thinking. It is a direct impartation from my Holy Spirit into your human spirit. It is a foretaste of the perfect peace of heaven. I want you to see this peace as an anchor for your soul. When the winds of life begin to howl again tomorrow, and I assure you they will, you will be able to hold on to the memory of this moment. This supernatural peace will keep your soul from being tossed about by the violent waves of fear, doubt, and despair. It will hold you fast. It will keep you secure in me. So, when this wave of unexplainable calm washes over you tonight, do not dismiss it as just a fleeting mood or a moment of emotional quiet. I command you to recognize it for what it truly is. This is the sign. This is the holy encounter you have been seeking. This is not the prelude to the sign. The peace is the signature of my presence. It is me, your heavenly Father, wrapping my strong arms around your weary spirit and whispering directly into your soul, "Be still, my child. I've got this, and I've got you." My child, do not be surprised tonight if you feel a sudden, unusual, and persistent urge to open my word, the Bible. I know it may be sitting on your nightstand or a shelf, perhaps collecting a thin layer of dust, a silent testament to the busyness and anxieties that have crowded out the quiet moments with me. I am asking you not to ignore that gentle pull. That is not your own fleeting thought, that is my spirit, personally inviting you to a divine appointment held within its pages. You may not even know where to turn. It may feel overwhelming. That is all right. Do not worry about finding the right place. Just take the book in your hands and let the pages fall where they may. Or perhaps a specific name, a book you haven't read in years, Isaiah, John. A psalm will come clearly into your mind. Follow that prompting without question. This is not a random game of chance you are playing. In that moment, I am personally guiding your hands and your thoughts. As you quiet your soul and your eyes fall upon the text, something miraculous will happen. A verse or a passage, maybe one you have read 100 times before, will suddenly feel completely new. It will feel as if it is lifting off the page, shimmering with a light all its own. The words, once flat and black, will feel three-dimensional, alive, and pulsating with a meaning intended only for you, only for this night. This is my promise to you. The passage you land upon will speak with breathtaking and stunning precision to the very question you are holding unspoken in your heart. It will feel as if I wrote it this morning with the full knowledge of your specific fear about your finances, the unspoken ache within your family, or the deep confusion you feel about your career. You will read the words, and it will be as if you are reading a direct letter from your Heavenly Father. In that moment, you will understand what I mean when I say my word is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword. It is not just a collection of ancient histories and dusty laws. It is an eternal, ongoing conversation I am having with my children throughout all of time. Tonight, you will not just read the Bible will read you. It is a lamp for your feet and a light for your path, and tonight, it will illuminate the very next step you must take. So when this happens, I command you to hold on to that verse. Do not let it go. Underline it, circle it, write it down on a piece of paper and put it in your pocket or tape it to your mirror. Let this living word be the tangible, concrete confirmation you carry with you into the battles of the coming days. When doubt inevitably returns to assault you, you will have this stone of remembrance to hold in your hand, an undeniable proof of our conversation tonight. Now, be attentive, my child, because sometimes, when you need to feel my love most tangibly, I choose to give my words skin. I will place my divine message into the mouth of a friend, a loved one, or even a complete stranger you pass on the street. I need you to be watching and listening, for I often use the most unexpected people as my holy instruments. Your phone, which has been silent all day, may suddenly buzz with a text message from a friend you haven't spoken to in months. An unexpected phone call may come through just as you are feeling your absolute lowest, on the verge of giving up. The person on the other end will likely start by saying something like, "This is so random. I don't know why I'm calling, but I just felt like I had to." They will have no idea that the feeling they had was a direct instruction from the throne room of heaven, a divine assignment from their King. Herein lies the beautiful and profound mystery of how I work. The person delivering my message to you will have absolutely no idea they are a divine messenger. They will think they are just sharing a random thought, offering a simple piece of encouragement, or relaying a story from their own day. They will be completely unaware of the secret conversation you and I have been having. But you, my child, you will know. Their words will align with such stunning, surgical precision with the secret prayer you have been whispering in the dark. They may use the exact phrase you just spoke to me in the silence of your heart. They may offer a practical solution to a problem that you thought only you and I knew about. The specificity of the message will be so tailored to your situation that it will take your breath away and send a shiver down your spine. In that moment, I command you, do not dismiss it. Do not you dare say, "Oh, what a nice coincidence." There are no coincidences in my kingdom. There are only divine appointments. I am the God who orchestrates these holy intersections of time, space, and relationship to get my love to you in a way you can see and hear and feel. When this happens, I want you to receive their encouragement not merely as human kindness, but as a direct embrace from your Heavenly Father. It is me, using their voice to tell you that I love you. It is me, using their concern to show you that I see you. It is me, using their presence to remind you that I have not, and will never, forget you. It is me, wrapping my loving arms around you through them. My beloved, I want you to surrender to your rest tonight without fear. As you let go of your conscious striving, as you release your grip on the problems of the day, I may choose to meet you in that mysterious place, the theater of your dreams. Your dreamscape is a hallowed ground where I can often speak to you most clearly, without the constant interference of your waking doubts and fears. During the day, I know the walls of your logic, your cynicism, and your past hurts are built so high. You analyze every feeling. You question every prompting. You are a fortress of self-protection. But when you are asleep, those carefully built walls come down. The guard at the gate of your mind is at rest, and your spirit, the truest part of you, is open and receptive to me. In that state of surrender, I can bypass all your defenses and speak truth directly to the core of who you are. The dream I send you will be unlike your usual jumbled, anxious, or nonsensical dreams. It will be distinctly different. It will have a vividness, a clarity, and a narrative that makes a profound kind of sense. It will be filled not with shadows but with light, not with anxiety, but with a palpable sense of my purpose. It will leave a lasting and powerful impression upon your soul that will remain with you long after you have awakened. You must understand this. A dream that is truly from me will never leave you with a spirit of confusion or terror. That is the work of the enemy, who uses nightmares as a weapon to torment and distress my children. My dreams are different. My dreams bring clarity. My dreams bring hope. My dreams bring direction. You will not wake up from a divine dream gasping in fear. You will wake up with a sense of wonder, feeling seen, deeply loved, and powerfully encouraged. As your eyes open to the morning light, the memory of the dream will be fresh and clear in your mind, and you will know. It will not be a question. You will know with a certainty that settles deep in your gut that you have been visited. You will know that what you experienced in the night was more than a random firing of synapses. It was a holy appointment. You will know that the God of the entire universe, the one who holds the stars in place, took the time to enter your humble sleep and speak a personal message to your heart. When you wake from such a dream, I want you to do something immediately. Before the details begin to fade, before the noise of the world rushes in to steal its power, I want you to write it down. Record every detail, every feeling, every word spoken. For what you received was a sacred message, a holy letter sent directly to you. It is not meant to be forgotten. It is a signpost for your journey, meant to be treasured, reflected upon, and used as a source of strength for the days to come. As you wait in expectation for this sign, my child, it is crucial that you know how to recognize my signature. How can you be certain that what you experience is truly from me, and not just your own mind or a deception from the enemy? I want to give you the tools to test what you receive, so that you may have confidence. First, and most importantly, anything that comes from me will always be consistent with my character as revealed in my word. My signs will be infused with a spirit of love, peace, holiness, and truth. They will feel clean, pure, and righteous to your spirit. They will not lead you into anything dark or unholy. A true sign from me will never, ever lead you into a place of pride, arrogance, or self-importance. It will not puff you up or make you feel superior to other people. It will do the exact opposite. A genuine encounter with me will always lead you into a place of profound humility and overwhelming gratitude. You will be left in awe, not of yourself and your spiritual sensitivity, but of the great God who would stoop down from heaven to whisper to one of his children. Furthermore, my sign will never contradict the unshakable truth you already know from the scriptures. I am not a God of confusion or contradiction. I do not say one thing in the Bible and then whisper a different, conflicting message to you in the night. The sign I send will affirm, illuminate, and bring to life the truth you already possess. It will never undermine or go against my written word. My signature is always one of divine order, not of chaos. The enemy loves to stir up drama, frantic energy, and a sense of panicked confusion. My voice and my signs do the opposite. They bring a sense of rightness, clarity, and peace to the chaos in your soul. They quiet the storm. They do not create one. This is a critical test. A true sign from me will always inspire faith, not fear. It will give you a surge of holy courage to move forward, not paralyze you with a new anxiety about the future. It will empower you to take a specific, positive action, not leave you stuck in a swamp of indecision and doubt. If what you experience leaves you feeling more afraid, more agitated, or more confused than you were before, you can be certain it is not from me. And this is the final, ultimate test. A sign from me will always, without exception, point back to me. It will not glorify you. It will not glorify the person who delivered the message. It will not cause you to worship the sign itself. It will cause your heart to overflow with worship for me, the sender. It will leave you with one thought, one overwhelming feeling: my God is so good. My Father loves me. That, my beloved, is how you will know it carries my signature. You are learning to recognize my signature. Now, I am inviting you to become a sign for another soul waiting in the darkness. Your heart has asked, how can I be part of this work? This is your answer. Every super thanks or membership you offer becomes a seed of light, allowing my voice to be the sign another person hath been praying for. I declared, it is more blessed to give than to receive, and my word does not return void. This is your moment to claim that greater blessing. Do not miss this divine appointment, for your obedience now sends a river of my hope into a desolate heart. I see your gift, and I will multiply it back to you not just in provision, but in peace that guards your home. Now, act in faith. Send forth my word through your gift. Partner with me and watch another soul find their way home. You are learning to recognize my signature. Please, do not close the book before the letter is finished. I am about to explain the sacred purpose in your season of waiting, the very reason you have felt so lost for so long. It would wound my heart for you to have come this far, only to miss the comfort I have prepared for you in this next truth. Your attention honors me. Please, stay and listen a little longer. My child, before we go any further, I must speak to you about this season you are in right now. This difficult, frustrating period of waiting. I know how it feels. You feel like you are trapped in a long, dark hallway, praying desperately for a door to open, but all you hear is the echo of your own voice. I know that deep in your heart, you have begun to believe that this waiting is a form of punishment. You fear that I am displeased with you, that I am holding back because of some failure on your part. You must hear my voice on this. You must reject that thought as the lie that it is. The season of waiting is not my punishment, it is my loving preparation. This is a sacred time. You may feel like I am ignoring you, but the truth is, I have never been more active in your life. While you are waiting for me to change your circumstances, I am using your circumstances to change you. I am stretching the capacity of your heart so that you will be able to properly receive the very thing you have been asking for. If I were to give it to you right now, the blessing might be too heavy for you to carry. I am making you stronger, deeper, and more ready for the goodness that is coming your way. Think of it this way. In the frantic noise and rush of everyday life, it is nearly impossible to hear a whisper. But in the prolonged stillness of a season of waiting, your spiritual hearing is forced to become more and more acute. You begin to learn how to tune out the loud static of the world's opinions and the enemy's lies, and you learn to tune into the quiet, gentle frequency of my voice. In this waiting room of faith, I am teaching you to hear me with a clarity you have never known before. Patience, you see, is the very currency of faith. It is the spiritual muscle of trust. Every single day that you choose to trust me while you wait for an answer is a profound act of worship. You are actively demonstrating to all of heaven and hell that you believe my promises are more real and more trustworthy than your present, painful circumstances. This act of patient trust pleases my heart more than you can possibly imagine. This period of anticipation also has a holy, refining effect on your motives. It forces you to ask the hard questions. Why do I really want this? Is it for my own comfort and glory, or is it for God's? The fire of waiting burns away the selfish, impure, and ego-driven reasons for your prayer, leaving only the honest and humble desire of your surrendered heart. So do not despise this season of waiting. Do not resent it or try to rush through it. Instead, I invite you to embrace it as a holy prelude to the miracle. Every great story ever told has a period of tension and anticipation before the great climax. You are in that part of your story now. The curtain is about to rise. The answer is on its way. The waiting itself is a vital and beautiful part of the gift I am giving you. My child, I want you to be open to the fact that the sign I send tonight may not be something new at all. It may not be a fresh event or a future promise. Instead, I may reach into the vast and sacred archives of your own life story and bring a forgotten memory to the forefront of your mind. It will surface with a sudden, poignant clarity that is startling. Do not be afraid. This is my doing. I will bring back to your remembrance a time in your past when you were in a desperate situation, perhaps one very similar to the one you face now. I want you to let the memory play out. Remember the feeling of the walls closing in, the fear that coiled in your stomach, the tears you cried when you were certain there was no way out. You felt abandoned then, too. You felt hopeless. And then, as the memory continues, you will remember, with the clarity of a lightning strike, how I showed up. You will recall the unexpected detail of my deliverance, the phone call that came out of nowhere, the exact amount of money that appeared, the person who changed their mind, the healing that defied explanation. You will be a memory of a miracle you have long since forgotten in the unrelenting rush of life. You may wonder why I would bring up the past. I am doing this to remind you of my unwavering faithfulness. Your memory, my beloved, can be short. In the pain of the present moment, you so quickly forget the victories of the past. This memory I gift to you tonight will serve as a powerful, undeniable monument in your mind. It is a reminder that I have come through for you before, time and time again. This is not about encouraging you to live in the past. It is about empowering you to draw strength from it. This memory is tangible proof of my track record in your life. It is the solid foundation upon which your present trust can be rebuilt. Look at this evidence. If I was faithful to you then, in that impossible situation, on what grounds would you believe that I would be unfaithful to you now? I am the same God yesterday, today, and for all of eternity. My character does not shift with the winds of your circumstances. My love for you does not waver. The God who made a way for you then is the same exact God who stands before you now, fully able to part the waters of your current trial. So let this recalled victory be the sign you receive tonight. Let this memory be the evidence that silences the prosecuting voice of your doubt. If I rescued you from that past impossibility, I can, and I will rescue you from this one. Let the vivid memory of my historical faithfulness in your life be the very fuel for your present faith. It is your story, your personal testimony, a saga of my power written upon the pages of your own life. My precious child, for so long now you have been standing before a door. In your spirit you see it clearly. It is a massive, heavy door, and it is bolted shut. It represents the breakthrough you need, the future you long for. You have knocked on it with your prayers. You have pushed against it with all your strength. You have pleaded with me to open it. And in the prolonged silence, you have started to lose hope. You have begun to believe that this door, this opportunity, will remain sealed to you forever. I am telling you to be prepared tonight, for the sign I send may come in the form of news. You may receive an email you have been waiting for. A phone call may come, carrying the words you had given up on hearing. You will receive a piece of information that tells you that the door you thought was permanently locked and sealed is now, suddenly, miraculously, unlocked. It may not be thrown wide open just yet, but you will see a crack of light from underneath it where before there was only solid, impenetrable darkness. An opportunity you had completely written off, one you had filed away in the cabinet of your mind labeled losses, will suddenly and unexpectedly present itself to you again. A position you were rejected for, a relationship that went cold, a chance that seemed to pass you by, it will reappear in your life, seemingly out of thin air. I need you to understand precisely what is happening when this occurs. That is my hand, my child, physically moving the obstacles that have stood in your way. While you were sleeping, while you were weeping, while you were consumed with worry, I was at work behind the scenes. I was dismantling the barriers the enemy had erected. I was clearing the path of debris. And I was turning the key in the lock that you did not have the power to turn yourself. This is not a vague or subtle test to see if you will notice. This is a clear, bright, unambiguous signal from your commander-in-chief. It is the green light you have been sitting and praying for. It is my way of saying, with no room for misinterpretation, the time for waiting in this place is over. The time for action is now. Move forward in this direction. And when the door opens, I command you to walk through it. Do not hesitate. Do not stand in the doorway, paralyzed by the fear of what might be on the other side. You not second-guess the miracle. You asked me to open the door, and I have. And now you must do your part. Walk through it with your head held high, with boldness and with the full confidence that I have already gone before you to prepare the way. The provision you need, the grace you require, the strength you lack, it is all waiting for you on the other side of the threshold. Step through. My child, and come here. Let me speak to you about the weight you are carrying. Is a heavy, invisible burden of grief, or deep shame, or a chronic, gnawing worry that you wake up with every single morning. It hath been your companion for so long now that it has become familiar. You have grown so accustomed to its presence that you have almost forgotten what it feels like to live without it. You cannot imagine a day without this ache in your soul. Tonight, as you sit in the quiet of my presence, you may feel something utterly inexplicable happen. I want you to be ready for it. You may feel that burden, that crushing weight on your spirit, suddenly and completely lift from you. It will be a distinct sensation, as if a physical backpack filled with heavy stones has been surgically cut from your shoulders. One moment, the immense pressure will be there, and the next, it will simply be gone. In its place, where the spirit of heaviness has lived for so long, you will feel a garment of praise begin to form around you. You will feel an inner lightness, a freedom, a spontaneous desire to laugh or to sing that you have not felt in months, or maybe even years. The feeling will be strange and wonderful all at once, and it will bring tears of relief to your eyes. Your logical mind will have no category for this experience. It will search for a reason and find none. How could a feeling so persistent and so powerful vanish in an instant? But your spirit, the part of you that knows me, will understand. In the very core of your being, you will know with absolute and unshakable certainty that this miraculous release is from me. you will know that my healing hand has reached into the depths of your inner world and has taken upon itself the burden that you could no longer carry. This, my beloved, is me fulfilling my most tender and personal promise to you. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This is not just a nice verse from an old book. It is not a poetic sentiment. It is an active, operational promise that I am making good on in your life tonight. I am giving you rest for your soul. This profound lightness of being, this sudden and unexplainable freedom in your spirit, is one of the most tangible signs I can give you. It is as real as the chair you are sitting on and the air you are breathing. I command you to receive it. Revel in it. Breathe it in. Do not try to analyze it away. Do not question it. Simply walk in the freedom I have just given you. This glorious lightness is your sign. My child, as you wait with an expectant heart, it is just as important that I guide you in what not to look for. Your own expectations, born of human reason and past experiences, can become an unintentional barrier to receiving the unique sign I have for you. I implore you, do not look for the burning bush or the parting of a sea if I am choosing, in my wisdom, to speak to you in a still, small voice. My power is not exclusively contained in grand, cinematic displays that shake the earth. Very often, my most profound and life-altering work is done in the sacred quiet, in a whisper meant only for your ears. And you must not expect the sign I send to you to conform to the expectations of others. Your friends, your family, your pastor, they may have told you wonderful stories of how I have spoken to them in the past. Rejoice in their testimony, but do not try to copy their experience. Your journey with me is yours alone. Our history is unique. Therefore, the way I choose to communicate with you will be just as personal and unique. Do not measure the validity of your sign against the story of theirs. To do so is to invite confusion and doubt. You must also check the motives of your heart. Do not search for a sign that will feed your ego. Do not ask for a sign that will give you a feeling of spiritual superiority or that you can use as a boast to impress other people. And certainly do not seek a sign that you believe will give you power or control over another person's life. A true sign from me will never, ever lead you to a place of pride. It will always lead you to a place of deep, reverent humility. Also, be wise and discerning. Avoid seeking omens in the darkness. Do not look for signs in places or practices that are outside of my stated will. I am the God of light, and in me there is no darkness at all. My signs will bring with them a feeling of clarity, holiness, and peace. They will never feel eerie, chaotic, confusing, or frightening. A true sign from me will never cause you to doubt my goodness or my infinite love for you. It will never lead you to question my character. It will only ever affirm it. It will deepen your trust in me. It will not shatter it. If any experience leaves you feeling that I am cruel, distant, or untrustworthy, you can be certain that it is a deception from the enemy of your soul. Finally, and this may be the most difficult thing I ask of you tonight, I need you to release your own script. In your mind, you have a detailed screenplay of how this should all play out. You know the sign you want, when you want it to arrive, and what you want it to mean. With all the love in my heart, I am asking you to crumple up that script and throw it away. You must allow me, the divine author of all things, to write this scene. Trust that my story for you is infinitely more beautiful and profound than the one you could ever write for yourself. You must let go, and let me lead. We have cleared away the confusion. Your spirit is now a clean and open space, ready to receive. It would truly grieve me if you were to walk away now, with the holy ground of your heart prepared but left empty. I am about to describe the very confirmation, and the tangible signs that are on their way to you. Do not dishonor this sacred moment we have shared by leaving before the blessing is delivered. My soul yearns to give you this peace. Stay with me. My precious child, I know where you have been standing. You have been at a spiritual crossroads, a place of agonizing uncertainty. You have had to make a difficult, weighty decision about a relationship, a career, a move, and after much prayer, you took a step of faith in the direction you believed I was leading. But even after stepping out, a part of your heart is still looking back over your shoulder. A persistent, nagging voice has been whispering, "Did I hear God right? What if I made a huge mistake? What if I misunderstood?" I know this anxiety hath been stealing your peace. I want to assure you, I will not leave you in that painful state of second-guessing. Tonight, I will send a sign created for the specific purpose of confirming that you are, indeed, on the right track. I will give your heart the solid assurance it craves. Now, this sign of confirmation may not be a loud thunderclap from heaven. It may be a gentle, quiet, but completely undeniable yes from your loving Father. It may come as a small, seemingly insignificant piece of evidence that just perfectly falls into place, confirming your choice. It may be a passage of Scripture that you land upon that directly affirms the path you have taken. Or it may simply be an unexpected and profound peace that finally settles the matter in your soul once and for all. When this confirmation arrives, you will feel the residual anxiety you've been carrying about your choice simply dissolve, like mist in the morning sun. The endless loop of what-ifs that has been plaguing your mind will lose its power and fall silent. The deep-seated fear that you have somehow missed my will and made a terrible, irreversible mistake will vanish. And in its place, a quiet, settled confidence will rise up within you. This confirmation will give you the spiritual and emotional courage you need to finally proceed with boldness and conviction. It will empower you to stop looking backward in doubt and to stride forward into the future I have planned for you, knowing with a deep certainty that you are walking in alignment with me. It will free you from the exhausting paralysis of constantly second-guessing your own heart. This, my child, is the blessing of peace that always accompanies a life that is walking in step with my will. When you are moving in the direction I have ordained, even if the path is difficult and challenging, there is an undercurrent of divine peace. The confirmation I send you tonight will be a direct infusion of that peace. It will be my sign to you that you have chosen well, and that I am with you, holding your hand as you walk forward in your choice. Rest in that assurance. You heard me right, and I walk in it. My child, do not for a moment believe that my signs are confined only to your inner world or the pages of a book. I am the creator of the heavens and the earth, and all of creation is a grand theater for my glory, a living canvas on which I paint messages of my love. Tonight, I may use the raw, untamed beauty of the world I have made to speak a word directly to your soul. I want you to look around you, not with your physical eyes only, but with the eyes of your heart, the eyes of faith. Step outside, if you are able. Look up into the vast expanse of the night sky. The way the moonlight suddenly breaks through a thick bank of clouds to illuminate the ground at your feet might seem to hold a specific and personal message just for you. A single, brilliant shooting star that streaks across your vision. At the very instant you whisper a desperate question to me, do not you dare call that a coincidence. That is me, punctuating our conversation with a flourish of cosmic light. Be aware of the creatures I have made, for they are not outside of my command. A bird may land on your windowsill at an unusual hour and sing a song so beautiful it stills your anxious and racing heart. A deer may stand in your path, calm and unafraid, its gentle gaze meeting yours in a moment that feels sacred and set apart. I can speak through the simplest of my creatures to remind you of my tender, watchful care over your life. Pay attention to your senses, for I am the Lord of all of them. The wind might suddenly shift, carrying a scent that triggers a powerful and holy memory of a time you felt profoundly close to me, the clean smell of rain on dry asphalt, the fragrance of a honeysuckle vine from your childhood home. That is me, your Father, intentionally reminding you of our long and beautiful history together. You must understand this. The very fabric of creation is alive with my presence and can be my willing instrument. It is not a difficult thing for me to orchestrate an entire symphony of natural events just to get a single, tender message of love through the noise and into your heart. So tonight, I command you to look for my hand in the beauty of the world around you. When you see something that makes you pause, that takes your breath away, that feels special and holy and set apart from the ordinary, I want you to recognize it as a personal, handwritten note from your Creator. In that moment of awe, I want you to know, beyond all shadow of a doubt, that I am near to you. Creation itself is testifying to my presence in your life. I know the specific worry that has been a cold, heavy stone in the pit of your stomach. It is the fear of finances, the relentless pressure of lack. You look at the bills piling up on your counter. You see the number in your bank account dwindling, and a wave of panic washes over you as you ask, how are we possibly going to make it through this? This worry has become a constant, unwelcome guest in your home, stealing your sleep and poisoning your peace. Tonight, my child, and in the coming days I want you to watch. You must be attentive. Watch as I move to provide for you in a way that you did not and could not have anticipated. My solutions are not limited by your human logic. You must release your rigid ideas of how this problem must be solved, for my methods are often surprising and always perfect. The provision I send may come in a dozen different forms. A check may arrive in the mail that you were not at all expecting. A debt that you owe, one that has been a great source of shame and stress, may be suddenly and graciously forgiven by the one you owe it to. A person may approach you and hand you a gift of money, saying simply, I felt that God wanted me to give this to you. Someone might show up at your door with bags of groceries, the very things you needed but felt you could not afford to buy. When this happens, I need you to know its divine source. This is me, demonstrating to you in the most practical and tangible of ways that I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider. I am not a God who is unaware of or unconcerned with your earthly needs. I know you need food to eat, a roof over your head, and clothes on your back. I care about the intimate, everyday details of your life. This sign is a powerful and living lesson for you. It is a reminder that you must not waste your precious spiritual energy in the grip of worry. Your primary task, your highest calling, is to seek first my kingdom and my righteousness. And as you make that your focus, I promise that all these other things, the things that keep you awake at night, will be added unto you. That is my covenant with you. So let this unexpected, miraculous provision be a lasting testament, a memorial stone in your heart, to my intimate and detailed care for every single part of your life. I am not just the God of the vast cosmos. I am the God who cares deeply if you have enough to pay your electric bill this month. You must learn to trust me with your finances. I am your source, and my supply will never run dry. My child, let us be honest with one another about the season you have been walking through. Despair has become a close companion to you, hasn't it? It has been like a heavy, gray, woolen blanket covering your entire life, smothering your joy, your passion, and your will to keep fighting. You have looked at your circumstances, and you have begun to believe the terrible lie that things will never change, that this is just how it is going to be. The darkness has been so prolonged that you have forgotten what the light even feels like. Tonight, I am performing a quiet but powerful miracle in the deepest part of your spirit. I am reaching into the hard, dry, desolate soil of your heart, where hope has withered and died, and I am planting a single, supernatural, incorruptible seed of hope. It may feel small and fragile at first, but you must know that it is powerful beyond measure, because it has come from me. You will suddenly feel it, a flicker of optimism in a place where you thought all light had been extinguished. For the first time in a very long time, you might find yourself entertaining a new thought. What if things could actually get better? What if God really is at work? A tiny, surprising spark of light will appear in the profound and overwhelming darkness of your outlook. And you must understand the nature of this hope I am giving you. It is not the flimsy, wishful thinking of the world. This hope is not based on your circumstances suddenly improving or the people around you finally changing. This is a divine hope, and it is based entirely on my unchanging, unshakable character. It is a hope that is rooted in the eternal truth that I am good, I am all-powerful, and I am completely for you, regardless of what your present situation looks like. This hope I am giving you is the anchor for your soul, both firm and secure. When the great waves of despair and disappointment try to crash over you again tomorrow, this anchor of hope will hold you fast. It will keep your heart from being swept away into the deep. It is your spiritual lifeline, thrown from heaven itself. This sudden, inexplicable resurgence of hope, this tiny but fierce spark of light in the darkness of your heart, is the sign. It is the first courageous ray of light breaking over the dark mountain range of your sorrow. It is the sign that the long, cold, desolate night of your soul is finally ending. It is my personal promise to you that a new dawn is coming. You must nurture this spark, protect it from the winds of doubt, for it is the very beginning of your long-awaited breakthrough. The sign I am sending to you tonight may be the most profound miracle of all, the miracle of forgiveness. This miracle, my child, has two sides like a holy coin, and I know precisely which side your aching heart needs most tonight. It may be the glorious gift of truly receiving forgiveness, or it may be the supernatural power of truly giving it. I know there is a past sin that has haunted you for years, a specific failure, a moment of weakness that you carry like a jagged stone in your gut. The enemy has used it relentlessly as his favorite weapon against you, whispering the lie that you are disqualified, that you are permanently stained, that you can never be fully used by me because of it. Tonight, as you sit in my presence, you may feel a sudden, overwhelming, and complete sense of my forgiveness for that very thing. The guilt and the shame that have been your constant companions will be utterly washed away in a single, powerful, unexplainable moment of grace. You will feel clean for the first time in a long time. You will know, down to your bones, that you are free. Or perhaps the sign I send will be the other side of that coin. I know there is a person who has wounded you so deeply that the very thought of their name is a poison in your soul. The bitterness you feel toward them has built a dark prison around your heart, and you have been its willing captive. Tonight, you may feel a sudden, supernatural ability to forgive that person. It will not be something you can work up on your own. The desire for revenge, the constant mental replaying of the offense, all of it will suddenly lose its power over you. In a moment, you will be able to release them from the spiritual debt you feel they owe you. Whether you are on the receiving end or the giving end, you must understand, this kind of release is a true miracle. It is not something human strength or willpower can accomplish. It is a clear and powerful sign that my healing power is actively at work within the deepest chambers of your heart. I am performing delicate, spiritual surgery on your soul. This act of forgiveness, either received or given, is one of the clearest signs of my kingdom breaking into your life. My kingdom is built on the unshakable foundation of grace, mercy, and restored relationships. When you experience this release, you are experiencing the reality of heaven crashing into your present, painful circumstances. So I command you, walk in the glorious freedom that this sign brings. If you have been forgiven by me, stop picking up the heavy bag of shame that I have already taken from you. If you have been empowered by me to forgive another, stop visiting the cold tomb of your past bitterness. You are free. Now live like it. My child, you have felt the miracle of release in the sign of forgiveness. You have prayed, Lord, use me to set the captives free. This is how I am answering you now. Just as you have freely received my grace, I am giving you the chance to freely give, pouring out the oil of my healing so another soul can hear these words and break their chains. Every gift you sow through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, the link for which is in the description below, reaps a harvest of freedom for someone else trapped in guilt. This moment is sacred. Your act of giving from a place of gratitude will echo in eternity. And I promise you, for every chain you help me break for another, I will shatter a barrier in your own path. And now, respond to my grace with your faith. Give, and let my river of forgiveness flow through you to a world in need. The miracle of forgiveness has been offered to you. And now, I must speak to you about something even more intimate, a sign meant only for your heart, one that no one else is meant to understand. To leave this conversation now would feel like a child walking out of the room just as their father was about to whisper a precious secret. Do not wound my heart in this way. What I have to say next is for you alone. Today, now listen to me, my child, for this is a vital and protective instruction. It is very likely that the sign I choose to send you tonight will be for you, and for you alone. I need you to be prepared for this reality. You not be troubled or fall into doubt if your spouse, your best friend, or your family cannot see the sign or understand its profound significance to you. You must know they are not meant to. This is not a public announcement shouted from a mountaintop for all the world to see and applaud. This is a secret, whispered from my heart directly into the ear of your heart. It is an intimate and private communication, reserved for you, my beloved. This very privacy is a part of what makes it so deeply precious. The meaning of the sign will be encoded with the unique, secret language of your personal history with me. It will be inextricably connected to a past prayer you prayed in desperation, a specific dream you once shared with me, or a name you have for me in your heart that no one else in the world knows. Only you will possess the key to fully decipher its meaning, because only you have walked this exact and particular path with me. You see, the sign itself, the event, the word, the feeling is only part of the gift. The other, equally important part of the gift is the intimacy of the exchange itself. The very fact that I, the God of all creation, would choose to speak to you in such a personal, specific, and tailored way is a sign in and of itself. It is a powerful declaration of how uniquely you are known, seen, and loved by me. And because of its deeply personal nature, you must not seek external validation for what I have shown you. If you try to explain your sign to others, even those who love you, they may look at you with confusion. They may try to offer a logical explanation for it, to reason away the miracle. You do not need their approval or their understanding to validate a word that I have spoken directly to you. In the holy moment of a divine encounter, their opinion is utterly irrelevant. So, I am asking you to do what Mary, the precious mother of Jesus, did when she was given a world-changing message from heaven. She did not run around trying to prove it to everyone. The scripture says she treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. I want you to do the same. Treasure this sign. Hold it close to your chest. Ponder it in the quiet chambers of your own heart. Let it be a sacred secret between you and me, a secret that will fuel your faith for a long time to come. It is your gift. Protected. My child, let us speak plainly about the problem that is consuming you. It looms so large in your mind that it feels like a great and terrible mountain, blocking the sun, casting a cold shadow over every part of your life. It is the first anxious thought that greets you in the morning and the last terrifying worry that haunts you as you try to fall asleep. It has consumed your vision, and you can see nothing else. Tonight, the sign I send to you may be the most powerful kind of miracle, one that happens not on the outside, but on the inside. Be prepared for a sudden and dramatic shift in your perspective. The mountain itself may not have moved an inch, but your position relative to it will change in an instant. In your spirit, I will lift you up, high above the valley of your fear, and allow you for a moment to see your situation as I see it from my eternal viewpoint. From that high place, everything will look different. The problem that seemed so massive, so insurmountable, will suddenly appear small and entirely manageable in the vast and beautiful landscape of my power and my sovereign purpose. Where before you saw only a chaotic and cruel series of unfortunate events, you will suddenly see the unmistakable, shimmering thread of my hand at work, weaving even the darkest threads of your story into a pattern for your ultimate good. You must understand, this divine shift in viewpoint is one of the most profound and life-altering signs I can possibly give you. It is a moment of true, holy enlightenment. It is a revelation that changes not your difficult circumstances, but it changes you, which is a far greater miracle. The facts on the ground may remain the same for a time, but this new perspective I am giving you changes everything about how you face them. You will no longer approach your problem with a spirit of cowering dread and paralyzing fear. You will be able to face it with a spirit of quiet faith and even a supernatural peace, knowing that this mountain, as big as it seems, is subject to my authority and must bow to my will for your life. This, my beloved, is the gift of spiritual sight. It is the ability to see beyond the visible realm of your problems and to perceive the invisible reality of my kingdom, which is always at work in your life. This is the very essence of what it means to walk by faith and not by sight. I am giving you, for a moment, a glimpse of your life through my eyes. And I promise you that single glimpse will change everything. There is a specific fear, my child, that has held you captive. It has been a cold, invisible cage built around your heart, and it has limited your choices. It has silenced your true voice, and it has kept you from stepping into the magnificent fullness of the person I created you to be. You know its name. You feel its chains. You know intimately the power it has held over every part of your life. Tonight, as you wait on me, that fear will suddenly and inexplicably lose its power. You will look that old fear in the face, and the terror that once seized your heart and paralyzed your will simply will not be there. It will be like a bully who has lost all his strength. The chain it has kept fastened around your neck for years will suddenly feel loose, and with a simple shrug of your spiritual shoulders, it will fall to the ground, broken and powerless. And in the very place where that fear used to live, you will feel a surge of holy boldness rising up within you. It will not be loud or obnoxious. It will be a quiet, firm, and unshakable resolve to do the very thing you have been so terrified of doing. You will feel a fire in your spirit, a divine determination to move forward, and the old hesitation will be gone. Now, you must understand the nature of this courage. This is not some reckless, human abandon. It is not a fleeting burst of adrenaline-fueled bravado. This is spirit-led courage. It is deep, it is abiding, and it is a strength that comes from the absolute and certain knowledge that you are not acting alone. This sudden infusion of courage is a direct sign from me that I am with you and that I will not allow you to fall. The reason the fear is gone is because my presence has so filled the room of your heart that there is simply no space left for it. This courage you feel is the very evidence of my divine empowerment flooding your life. This is the lion's heart I give to my children who place their complete trust in me. But you must know, courage is a gift that is meant to be acted upon. It is not for admiring, it is for using. So I command you, when you feel this surge of holy boldness, you must act on it. Make the phone call you have been dreading. Have the difficult conversation you have been avoiding. Step into the opportunity you have been too afraid to take. For this courage is a divine and specific empowerment for the task that lies directly ahead of you. Do not let this holy gift go to waste. My child, let us talk about the wound. There is a deep-seated emotional pain inside of you, a wound from your past that has never truly healed. It is a raw and sensitive place, and I know that certain words, specific memories, or particular situations act as triggers, instantly sending you spiraling back into the vortex of the original pain. It is an old agony that can feel as fresh as if it happened yesterday. Tonight, as you are quiet before me, you may feel my healing hand gently, tenderly, touch that very wound. This will not be a painful probing or a harsh examination. It will be a warm and loving touch, like a supernatural balm that soothes the inflammation and begins to heal the hurt at its very root. And you will know that my healing has begun because a trigger that normally sends you into a tailspin of anger, sadness, or fear will suddenly lose its sting. A situation may occur. The word may be spoken by someone who doesn't know, but your reaction will be miraculously different. The usual eternal explosion of pain will simply not happen. You will be able to stand in the moment, and you will feel peace instead of panic. You will feel a new and compassionate distance from the original trauma. It is not that you will forget that it happened. I am not erasing your memory, but you will begin to see it through the powerful and redeeming lens of my grace. The sharp, jagged edges of the memory will be softened. Tears may indeed fall, but you will recognize them with a sense of wonder, knowing they are not the hot tears of despair, but the cleansing tears of release. You must understand that this is one of my most profound and intimate signs. I am performing a delicate inner surgery on your soul. I am going, with your permission, to the very root of the infection, to the source of the pain, and I am gently and lovingly removing what has been causing you so much harm for so long. This is the process of me making you whole. I am not just concerned with the salvation of your eternal spirit. I am deeply concerned with the health of your mind and your emotions. My salvation is for all of you. So I ask you to receive this healing. Do not fight it or question it. It is a sign of my deep, restorative love actively at work within you, mending the broken pieces and making you whole from the inside out. Be open, my child, for I may choose to speak to you tonight through the beautiful and powerful gift of music. Be attentive to what you hear. A song you have not heard in 20 years may suddenly come on the radio, its melody instantly familiar. A song may begin playing in your mind, a tune you cannot seem to shake, repeating itself over and over. You might be scrolling aimlessly through a music service, and your thumb will feel a strong and undeniable pull to stop and play a particular track. I'm asking you to follow these promptings, and as you listen, something holy will happen. The lyrics of the song will feel as though they were written for you, in this exact moment of your life. A specific line, a single phrase, will jump out from the rest and pierce your heart with its profound and timely truth. It will be the direct answer to the very question you have been wrestling with in your prayers. It will feel, for a moment, as if I am literally singing my reply to you. The melody itself will act as a balm, soothing your troubled and agitated spirit, while the words will serve as the perfect anthem for the season you are in. It will give voice to the pain you could not articulate, and give words to the hope you are so desperately reaching for. Do not be surprised by this. Why would you be? I am the author of all beauty, the creator of harmony and melody. I am the one who breathes inspiration into the hearts of artists and songwriters. So it is a very simple thing for me to use the art they have created to communicate my own heart to my beloved children. Art, in all its forms, is one of my favorite languages to speak. I want you to let that song wash over you. I want you to see the music itself as a carrier wave for my presence. As you listen, know that you are not just hearing notes and words, you are receiving a spiritual impartation of my peace, my comfort, my strength, and my truth, delivered directly into your soul. This, my precious child, is me giving you a soundtrack for your victory. It is a song to strengthen you for the battle ahead. It is a hymn to remind you of my unshakable love. So when that song comes, turn up the volume. Close your eyes. Listen with all of your heart. Sing along if you know the words. It is a sign, a gift, and a powerful spiritual weapon. All at once, you are seeing the beautiful and creative ways I speak. Please, my beloved, do not leave before I tell you how to respond. The next truths are the most vital: how to carry this sign into your tomorrow, and, most importantly, how to find me even in the silence. It would grieve my spirit deeply for you to receive this revelation, only to stumble in how to apply it. My heart's desire is for your complete victory and peace. Stay with me, just a little longer, until my message is complete. My child, I know the deep and constant pain of the broken relationship that weighs so heavily on your heart. The strained silence, the bitter misunderstanding, the deep wound that seems utterly impossible to heal. You look at the great chasm that has formed between you and this person you love, and in your own strength, you see no way to build a bridge across it. The situation feels hopeless. Be prepared tonight, for the sign I send may be a sudden and miraculous turn towards reconciliation in that very relationship. The great wall of hostility, pride, and hurt, which seemed as solid and impenetrable as granite, will suddenly show a crack. A small ray of light will shine through where before there was only darkness. You may receive an unexpected text message or an email, a message that carries a word of apology you truly never thought you would hear. Or, just as miraculously, you may be the one who feels a sudden, overwhelming, and grace-filled urge to offer the apology yourself, an urge that is free from the stubborn pride that has held you back for so long. This supernatural softening of hearts, whether on your side or theirs, is my work. Human effort and willpower cannot produce this kind of miracle. You must know this in your heart. I am the God of restoration. It grieves my heart to see the division and strife between my children. My deepest desire is for unity, for healing, for the mending of what has been torn apart. This sign, this sudden opening for peace, is a direct manifestation of that desire. It is my power at work, moving in hearts to bring reconciliation. But this is a sign that requires your brave participation. I will create the opening, but you must be willing to walk through it. When the opportunity for peace presents itself, you must do your part. You must be willing to receive their apology with grace and without throwing their past failures back in their face. You must be willing to offer your own apology with true humility. You must step into the sacred opening that I have created, and then watch in awe as I perform the rest of the miracle, gently guiding two estranged hearts back toward one another. This reconciliation, this making of peace between you and another, is a powerful sign of my kingdom. It is a beautiful and tangible foretaste of the perfect, unbroken fellowship of heaven. It is a testament to the watching world that my love is more powerful than any offense, any hurt, any betrayal. Embrace this miracle. It is a gift not only to you and to them, but to everyone who gets to witness it. My child, after you have received the sign I have sent, after the holy moment of awe and wonder has passed and your breathing returns to normal, your very next response is critically important. Before you begin to analyze it, before you pick up the phone to tell someone, before you do anything else, your first and immediate response must be one of pure gratitude. In the quiet sanctuary of your own heart, I want you to simply close your eyes and say, "Thank you, Father. Thank you for speaking to me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for loving me enough to do this." Gratitude is the response that honors the gift and glorifies the giver. It seals the sacred moment in your spirit. Immediately following this, the enemy will come. He is the thief of joy, and he will come to try and steal what I have given you. He will sow seeds of doubt, whispering, "Did that really happen? Are you sure? Maybe you just imagined it." You must be ready for this assault. You must actively resist his lies. Do not immediately begin to deconstruct the miracle. Hold it fast in your spirit. Cling to it with all your might. Then, I want you to perform a simple, physical act. Take a pen and a piece of paper, or open a new note on your phone, and write it down. I want you to document my faithfulness. Write down today's date, the time, and every single detail of what happened and how you felt. This act of writing it down is powerful. It takes the spiritual experience and anchors it in the physical world. It solidifies it in your mind and your memory. It creates a record, a stone of remembrance, a written testimony so that in the future, in other seasons of darkness and doubt, you can return to this page and you will not be able to forget what I have done for you here tonight. You must also understand that the sign I send is not the destination. It is the fuel for the next leg of your journey. It is not a comfortable place to build a monument and stay forever. It is the divine provision you need to keep moving forward. It is your clear and direct marching orders. Therefore, the most important response of all is the response of obedience. The sign will have illuminated the very next step you are to take. You must take that single, obedient step. If the sign was courage, you must act in that courage tomorrow. If the sign was an open door, you must walk through it. If the sign was a word of scripture, you must apply its truth to your life. Faith without corresponding action is dead. The sign requires your active response. And finally, at the right time and in the right way, which I will show you, I want you to share your story. This testimony is not just for you. It is a gift you can give to another weary soul, a powerful tool you can use to encourage someone else's faith. Your story of my faithfulness can become the very sign that another person has been desperately praying to receive. In this way, my blessings flow through you and multiply in the world. My child, I love you enough to be honest with you, and so I must also prepare your heart for this possibility. What if the night passes, and you perceive no specific, dramatic sign? What if the heavens seem quiet? The world remains as it was, and you feel no different than you did before. I know your first reaction will be the familiar sting of disappointment. It will be a feeling that I have not heard you, or worse, that I have heard you and chosen not to answer. The enemy will rush into that feeling of disappointment and try to build a fortress of despair. But I want you to consider something else. What if, in this particular season of your life, my silence is the sign? What if I am calling you to something deeper, something far more mature than a faith that is constantly dependent on signs and wonders to survive? What if my silence is not a rejection, but a holy and loving invitation? Perhaps my silence is actually a sign that I trust you. Perhaps I am saying to you, my child, your faith has now grown strong enough to stand without needing this kind of external proof. I am inviting you to a deeper level of trust, one that is not based on what you can see with your eyes or feel with your emotions, but on what you know to be eternally true about my unchanging character and my unfailing love for you. Perhaps I am asking you, in this specific season, to truly learn what it means to walk by faith and not by sight, to believe in the reality of the sun even when you are in a dark room, to trust in my promises even when your circumstances are screaming the opposite. This, my beloved, is the kind of rugged, resilient faith that pleases my heart most of all. It is a faith that is forged in the fire of waiting. You must never forget this foundational truth. My presence in your life is the ultimate and greatest sign, and that presence has not left you for one single second. I am still with you. I am still for you. I am still at work in ways you cannot see. The feeling of my presence may be quiet right now, but my presence itself is a constant reality. So if the night is silent, I command you not to despair. Instead, I want you to lean into me. Lean not into your desperate need for proof, but lean into your deep and abiding relationship with me. Let the silence draw you closer. Let it make you seek my face more diligently than ever before. For in the end, my love is the only proof you have ever truly needed, and I promise you that love is all around you. My beloved, after you have received the sign, after you have given thanks and written it down, it is crucial that you understand its true and ultimate purpose. The sign that I send to you tonight is not a final answer. It is not the period at the end of a sentence. It is not a violin. It is an invitation. It is the beginning of something new. It is the opening of a door into a deeper way of living and walking with me. It is a powerful invitation into a more constant, more present, and more intimate conversation with your God. My deepest desire is not to be a distant deity you only cry out to in moments of crisis, a divine emergency service you call when you are in trouble. I want to be the God you walk with in the cool of the day, the one you talk with about the small and large things, the one with whom you share every part of your life. This sign I am sending is meant to whet your appetite for my presence. It is a small taste of my goodness, a sample of my faithfulness, and it is designed to make you long for more. It is meant to show you the beauty and the peace that are possible when you live in close and constant communion with me. I want you to use this moment, this powerful encounter with my love, as a catalyst. Let it be the launching pad for a new level of spiritual hunger in your life. Do not allow this to become just another fond memory that fades over time. Let it become the foundation upon which you build a new daily practice of seeking my face. Ask yourself, if I would orchestrate this beautiful sign for you tonight, imagine what I will do. Imagine the things I will show you when you begin to seek me with all of your heart, not just on special nights, but every single day. You must understand my heart in this. I desire a real, dynamic relationship with you, not just a series of divine interventions. The interventions are simply expressions of my love, but the relationship is the love itself. I want you, not just your good behavior. I want your heart, not just your list of requests. I want your companionship. So let tonight be the start of a new way of walking with your God. Let this sign be the beginning, not the end. Let it be the first day of a life that is lived in a continual, moment-by-moment awareness of my presence. A life of ongoing easy dialogue. A life where you expect to see my hand at work not just in the spectacular, but in the beautiful, simple, ordinary moments of every single day. So now, my child, as we come to the end of our sacred conversation for this moment, I want to leave you with a certainty. I want to give you a truth that is more solid than the ground beneath your feet and more reliable than the rising of the sun tomorrow morning. Whether the sign I send to you tonight comes as a roaring shout or a gentle whisper, Whether it is a dramatic spectacle or a quiet, internal shift, I want you to know this for certain. I am for you. I am not against you. I am not mad at you or disappointed in you. My thoughts toward you are of peace and hope and a future. I am your greatest advocate, your most loyal defender, and your most fervent supporter. And I am with you in your deepest pain and in your greatest joy, in your confusing uncertainty and in your confident victory. I am by your side. You are never, ever alone. And I am working all things, not just the good things, not just the easy things, but all things together for your good. Even the events in your life that feel painful and senseless right now, I am redeeming them. I am weaving them into a beautiful and glorious tapestry that, from your perspective on earth, you cannot yet see. If you are ever tempted to doubt my love for you, if you ever feel that you need a sign, and the night feels dark and silent, I want you to lift the eyes of your heart to the ultimate sign, the sign that stands for all time and all eternity as the unanswerable proof of my love for you. I want you to look to the cross of my Son, Jesus. It is there that I demonstrated the breathtaking extent of my love. I loved you so much that I was willing to give everything I had to win you back. There is no greater sign of love in the entire universe than that. Tonight, and every night, the sign is simply a reminder of a constant and eternal reality. You are my beloved child. That is your truest and most unshakable identity. It is more real than your job title, more real than your relationship status, more real than your financial situation, and far more real than your past failures or your future successes. You belong to me. So, I command you to rest in this truth. Let it be the soft pillow upon which you lay your weary head tonight. It is more steadfast and more reliable than the stars in the sky. My love for you will never fade, and it will never, ever fail. Now, my beloved, be still, and know that I am God. Watch for me. I will not fail you. You are resting now in my unfailing promise, the ultimate sign of my love for you. Your heart is full, and you are asking, "What now, Lord?" This is what is next. My command is to go into all the world and preach the good news, and your gift right now is your way of sending this light from this quiet room into the darkest corners of the earth. When you give through Super Thanks or become a member, you do not just support a video, you build a spiritual lighthouse so another of my lost children can find their way home to me. This moment of response is your act of worship. And I, the Lord of the harvest, declare over you that as you build my house, I will build yours. As you watch over my mission, I will watch over your household. My work must continue. Now, partner with me. Click the button to give, and be the answer to someone else's prayer. My child, our time of deep conversation for this moment is drawing to a close, but my presence and my promises remain with you always. Before you return to the world, I want you to take one final, powerful step of faith. I want you to seal this conversation in your heart, not just as words you have heard, but as a living truth you have actively claimed for your own life. Your faith, when declared, becomes a powerful force. It solidifies your own belief and becomes a beacon of light for others who are lost in the same darkness you are leaving behind. Therefore, I want you to make a public testament of your expectation. In the comments below, I want you to write this simple, yet profound declaration. Father, I am watching for you tonight. This act is more than just typing words. It is you planting a flag of unwavering faith in this very moment. It is an anchor for your soul, a powerful reminder to yourself that you have heard my voice and have chosen to believe my promise. When you write these words, you are telling your own heart, and all of heaven, that you expect me to move on your behalf. Your declared faith creates a holy space for my miracles to manifest. It is a beautiful act of worship and trust. Do this now, and then go in my perfect peace, carrying an expectant spirit into the hours ahead. Know that your declaration hath been heard, and your Father is already at work. I am watching, and I love you, my precious child. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.